Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Are we connected? It would certainly seem so. Be a little bit. Should be a little bit forward. Okay. Think we're good now. Okay, let's see if we can find ourselves a game today. Was that? Oh. That's an interesting map. Looks like the world map. Pretty cool stuff then. No Zuru EU. RU EU. Whatever. Is music too loud or is it just me? If you're around, please let me know if the music is okay or not. Let's see what we can find in matchmaking. Oh, there's like actually 4 people in the matchmaking queue, so let's go for that. Hopefully we don't get Aeon again, honestly. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably just remove Aeon from here for now. Because every time I play them, I lose. It's a little bit awkward. Yeah, so why don't we start our day with some matchmaking? I feel like that would be pretty cool. There's 5 people currently in the queue. The only problem being that I'll actually need to change my game capture back to Forged Alliance. That shouldn't be too hard, should it? I missed the queue. Or not missed, but it didn't work. There's Siddons 800 plus. Let's go here, maybe. This guy's 1100 and so am I. That's pretty cool. Oh, actually has fewer games than I do. Interesting. Okay, let me go and change the game capture. Do something more appropriate. Oh, whoops. There we go. Now if we go here, should be able to see the game. We try to go back to the... Okay, let me try to watch it myself. See if it actually worked or not. It works, okay. Very nice. Right, so what if we can't find the game? If we can't find the game, we can probably find some replays, because you know, the replays are always there. There is nothing that really stops them from existing, you know, so let's go. Oh wait, no. Player name 1400 and then date from last week. No date. Huh? Oh wait, wrong year, right? Yep. Whoopsie. Wrong year indeed. Let's go, yeah, since Friday. Since I did actually do Supreme Commander on Friday, it was Minecraft. Let's see. There's a team game 4v4. 900, 1400. Pretty cool beans. There's tons of gaps as per usual. There's a 1400 1v1 on this depressing map called Fields of Isis. I had my coffee, but I guess it hasn't quite kicked in yet. What else? What else? There is Crater, some more gap. This guy's name is only Crater. Nice one. Hey, hello the one dude, welcome. Great to see you again. How you doing? 1400 plus plus. Interesting, so most of these are actually... either 1v1s. Oh, connection timed out. Okay, well, give up then. I don't care about this one. Doing stuff while be lurking. Okay. No problem. No problem, my dude. Oh, well, there's one. That looks like pretty cool. 26 minutes. One team is entirely Aeon. The other team is only Cybern and UEF. What is going on here? I'm really curious right now. How did that happen? Let's try that one, maybe. Yeah, you know, I think I'll go try and watch this one. Oh, replay file missing. Oh, never mind then. We'll keep searching, I suppose. Well, there's another one. And this time there is no Aeon here. At all. Also, replay file missing for some reason. Is replay file missing for everything? No, not this one. This one? Okay, yeah, this one works. What else? Central EU, good CPU net. Oh, that one looks nice. What is this? Maridia. That's a pretty cool map. Oh, there's like 2,000 players here. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and cast this one then. Sure. Let's watch it together, shall we? See what's going up and what's going down. I am sure we will be greatly amused by watching this. Let me see. Right, yes, it's going to be played as a 3v3. It's a map called Adaptive Maridia. A pretty big one, 20 by 20. There is currently 14,000 and a half reclaim. 14,500 reclaim. Brain, warm up faster, please. Of course, you could probably make more reclaim if you wanted to, because once again, this map is adaptive. Anyway, let's go ahead and start introducing our players. So, in the green corner, on team 1, we've got ourselves, who is this gingerbread man, at 1700 rank points, playing Seraphim in a fabulous burgundy red, going first land, and then no doubt will be going for air soon, I would assume. Next up, their ally is Mimics at 1900 rank points, playing UEF in this fabulous royal purple. Well, that's what I call this color anyway. I have no idea what else to call it. Yes, so also going first land, no doubt going for a Hydro Rush as well, which will provide all the energy they need to construct that air factory and then go further with that. And last but not least, for team 1, we've got ourselves, if this stupid notification could go away, we've got ourselves Seal Force, who for some reason is starting with a mass extractor instead of a factory. Interesting choice so far. Yes, Seal Force at 1400 rank points, playing Seraphim. Also, in lurid green, yes, going first mass extractor instead of first land. A very interesting choice indeed. We're gonna see how that turns out. I'm very curious indeed. In the purple corner, on team 2, we've got ourselves Foden at 1800 rank points, a player who frequently shows up on these casts and who's pretty good overall. Playing Aeon in Spetsnaz green, going first land, and then after that, it also seems to be a case of a Hydro Rush, except this guy is building 3 extractors, because four extractors before going for the Hydro, which is because, you know, these spawns, like the northern spawn and the southern spawn, have only 3 mass extractors around the spawn, while those closer to the east and western side have 4 extractors on them. So yes, that's what they're going to be doing. Next up, We've got the star player of this match, Rasa Noob, at 2000 rank points, also playing Aeon. In fact, the entirety of Team 2 is Aeon, in Ferrari red. Fabulous Ferrari red. Yes, going first land and then immediately going for adjacency on the factory, which means those mass extractors will be connected to the factory, causing all of the units to come out of this factory to be produced at a reduced cost. And then also, yes, no doubt going for a Hydro Rush as well. And last but not least for this game, and for Team 2 in particular, we've got Fiore, the lowest ranked player in this particular, well, yes, in this match. Also playing Aeon in, 1300 rank points, like I already said. Vivacious Violet. And yes, also going first land and actually connecting that to the hydrocarbon power plant instead of extractors. Very interesting choice indeed. Alright, so that about does it for the players we've got in the game, so let's go and speed it up a little bit. See what... Gayon, ha 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 ha, no idea what that means. Coming voice Ginger, says Mimix. Yeah, I guess Mimix wants Gingerbread Man to talk together in the voice chat. Also, it's very interesting to note the entirety of Team 1 are members of one clan known as ZFG. I have no idea what that stands for, but yes, they are in fact members of one clan. Said that Control K is the best option. What should I do? Only air. What? Who said the Control K was the best option? What? Well, yes, Odin is telling Fiore to rush T3 air. Very, a very sensible decision considering how far away they are from any sort of action, at least in the early game. They should definitely try to go for Tech 3 air as fast as possible in order to provide their team with necessary air support so that they don't get bombed back to the Stone Age. Anyway, we can see that those islands in the middle, the biggest land masses on the whole map, and also I'm pretty sure both these islands have the single largest amount of mass extractors or extractor spots compared to every other island. These are unoccupied. I'm sure if you were playing with more people on this map, you could have made them, occupied. You could have made players spawn on these as well. In which case, they could engage extremely early, like basically immediately. But this is not quite the case, and instead people will be relying on transports in order to drop their units off. This transport needs to hurry up or die. The interceptor won't get off it. I am okay, thanks. Yeah, so Gingerbread Man actually, yep, there we go. Drops all of the engineers off. Besides that, saving them is more important. Fails to finish the factory, interestingly enough. So yeah, even though, that it was unfortunate that he lost the transport, he did not lose any sort of... Yeah, he did not lose any engineers from that. And now, a bomber out from Rasa trying to stop Gingerbread Man's advance, but fails miserably, and now there are mobile anti-air. The transport from Seal Force does end up crashing. I'm not entirely sure where that was going. But it looks like, we can expect Team 2 to take a firm hold on the bottom island, although that's not actually quite true, considering there are already 3 factories queued up out from Mimix, who did manage to land their engineers on the north section of the middle bottom island, and now these factories will be sprouting around like mushrooms in a rain, and it's not entirely clear if Team 2 are equipped to stop them yet. Of course, there is an overwhelming amount of interceptors already out from Odin. I think he's actually assisting the air factory with his commander, which is the reason for a very large amount of interceptors. The problem is that now he's producing bombers, and with more interceptors, it means that those factories could very easily get locked for who's this again? Mimix, yes. Those factories of Mimix could get locked, but no, now the bombers are gone, and now he basically just needs to produce some more engineers in order to ensure control of this area Okay, yes, so already the Mimics' tanks are attacking the Auroras, the opposing tanks of F Odin. Of course, F Odin's tanks do have an advantage of being hovering, which means they can retreat towards the water before engaging again. So it's going to be interesting to watch. And yeah, like I said, it's also worth pointing out that the entirety of Team 2 is Aeon, while there is no Aeon on Team 1, and there is no Cybran in this game at all. So I guess they've decided that Cybran are probably the worst faction for those maps that have heavy naval and land play on them at the same time. More bombers headed every which way, constantly getting shot down by interceptors, which are also spread around everywhere. So yeah, it looks like for the moment Team 1 is in a slightly better situation. If we take a look at Reclaim, we can see that the most Reclaim... Well, actually yes, Team 2 has more, thanks to the valiant efforts of F Odin, but also, you know, both the Seal Force and Mimics have better economies than the other, better Reclaim than the other two players on Team 2, so it still remains to be seen whether or not that Reclaim ends up mattering. And in terms of income, yes, in terms of income, Team 1 is super far ahead due to the, you know, having complete control of the top middle island and contesting the bottom middle island. Even though, of course, Mimics here is facing two players, both, both F Odin and Fiore are bringing their forces to bear against the power of these three factories. Now he will construct more factories, but might not quite be in time. Okay, so there is a defense turret already up. That turret will easily destroy all these tanks. I think Fiore and F Odin would do well to bring some bombers to bear. From what I remember, I think the bombers can actually stun these turrets as well. I could be wrong though. But yeah, there is already artillery in the area, which will no doubt put a stop to this turret extremely quickly. The factories have already been blown up, so now Mimics is just retreating from this spot. But I imagine probably, you know, such a massive delay in expanding, and you know they've been forced to construct so many factories to contend with the forces of Mimics. They will be, yeah, it still gives Team 1 some sort of an advantage. You can clearly see it being translated to their economies. 160 per second in total versus 135. And hello Boxeroo, welcome. How are you doing? I hope your day or evening is going great, and I hope you're, you know, I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I can help you enjoy yourself more, so to speak. Interesting situation arising in the on the western side of the map. There's a ton of factories going up for Resi, but Gingerbread's commander is here and is trying to also establish a presence. I'm not even entirely sure Resi realizes that. No, he doesn't. Yeah, Resi doesn't realize Gingerbreadman's commander is right here, and in actuality that could prove quite problematic, because yeah, it also feels like there are more, many more what are they called, frigates, right? Yes, frigates out from Seal Force, and well, currently just Seal Force, in comparison to the frigates of Resi, who are like barely producing anything. I imagine Resi is probably stalling like crazy. Actually, he isn't at all, but I think he's about to stall very soon. But yes, I'm not entirely sure building so many factories so far forward was quite the right call. We'll see though. Good, how are you? I am also doing fantastic. You know, as per usual, I haven't gotten quite enough sleep as much as I'd like to, at the very least. But you know, we're managing. We're managing okay, and I think my coffee is about to kick in soon, together with the adrenaline of, you know, playing the actual game, to the point where I should be feeling pretty good, and I should actually be able to talk about what's happening in the game, rather than just going on random tangents and just you know, and trailing off constantly. I'm not entirely sure the going into water here is the correct call, although, of course, right now Resi has no submarines to speak of, just producing frigates. So of course Gingerbreadman can reclaim those from underneath, but he does need to be careful because there are torpedo launchers in the area as well. There was a way too far away though, so not to worry for now. And yeah, also worth pointing out, yes, Aeon frigates are the only frigates in the game that have no anti-air defense, which means that they are extremely vulnerable against bombers. So if you're facing Aeon, you know, fighting Navy, it could be a very good idea to actually bring some bombers to bear, unless of course they've got anti-air defense in the area, such as this one. This anti-air turret will put some serious hurt on both the bombers and the interceptors of Team 2. And I think right now, yes, of Team 1, excuse me. And right now I think Team 1 is about to lose air quite heavily here because, yes. Who's this? Rasa. Yes, Rasa has brought to bear some swift winds, which are much better than interceptors at this particular job. Of course, there are still plenty of Seal Forces frigates in the area, and more will be coming very shortly. And unlike Rasa, you know, Seal Forces frigates actually can defend themselves against air. They aren't amazing at it, but they do have enough health and damage to stop the bombers. Torpedo bombers, however, are an entirely different beast. Those should take care of the frigates, so yeah, it doesn't feel like Gingerbread Man is in this island on this island for very long. Even though the extractors aren't even working right now. They don't exist. But even so, it's still, you know, it was still a pretty risky maneuver by Rasa, already losing one factory, and those Zethuis almost destroyed another. I think they needed to fire like 5 more shots and then the factory would be gone. But yeah, overall, I think the attack has stopped, pretty much died down at this point. There's also submarines in the area now which aren't countered as of yet. So yeah, looks like Rasa will really try his best to stay on this island and, you know, contest, yes. However, Tech 3 air has been achieved by Fiore. That should also be noted. You can see right here, the wing of Tech 3 air superiority fighters are already on the prowl. If we take a look at Team 1, I am fairly certain no one has it yet. As expected, no one has it right now. Only Tech 2 air out from Gingerbread Man. I think, I'm pretty sure the Seal Force has only recently completed his Tech 3 air factory and is now working on a generator. And naturally for Mimics, it's also not even close because he does need to deal with Navy first. Does have cruisers to protect himself against torpedo bombers, so that's good. If the cruiser were to sail a little bit closer to those swift winds, it could put some serious hurt on them. But it looks like Odin is paying attention, so that won't quite happen. Yes, in terms of economies, Team 1 is still fairly far ahead. I'm guessing this contention in the middle really did a merry number on the economy of Team 2. You can see Odin is the last one in terms of economy. Still, those massive structures in the middle still unupgraded. I'm sure he's working on them as we speak, but yeah, not quite right now. Another cruiser coming in from Mimics. It looks like Mimics thinks he's mostly won the Navy on the eastern side, so he's just going to be spamming out some cruisers to bombard the shores of both Odin as well as, well, actually just Odin, because yeah, the other players are a little bit further away. And yes, you should definitely get your fighters out of range of these cruisers. It's very important for Team 2 to hold on to at least the air advantage right now, because that's one of the few advantages they've got going for them. That's pretty much it. The Navy is kind of even on the eastern side, but it seems to be getting crushed on the... even on the western side, but seems to be getting crushed on the eastern side. There is also hover tanks now out from... actually Mimics as well, yes. Mimics has both Tech 2 Navy and Tech 2 hover tanks assaulting the positions of Odin. Odin does come out with a destroyer now. I think this there is his first destroyer. Yes, it does seem like it. Yeah, the cruisers are gonna make life hell for both these swift winds and torpedo bombers. Yeah, the swift winds, you can see how quickly they are dropping. It's not even close. However, it does seem like he might run out of frigates soon, in which case it's going to be a serious problem, because yeah, the destroyers will easily overwhelm the cruisers with their fire. And yeah, one cruiser is about to go down from all these torpedo bombers, finally. At least one gets shot down. It took a lot to take it down, but it's finally gone. Destroyers out from Mimics in the area now. It's really important that, you know, well, when you're playing UEF against another faction, and you're fighting destroyer versus destroyer, it's very important to keep the enemy destroyers away from yours, because, you know, pretty much every faction has better torpedoes on their destroyers in comparison to the UEF. So, as long as you don't engage in torpedo combat, I feel like the UEF might have a slight advantage over Aeon destroyers because they have faster projectile speed. I think they're a little bit harder to dodge. There are now gunships out from Odin trying to remove the threat of these Riptides. It looks like, yeah, the Riptides were, a very temporary project and will no longer do pretty much anything. The destroyer is now bombarding the easternmost island. Not currently accomplishing very much. I think the destroyer will sink very soon because the Swiftwinds, the torpedo bombers keep coming in, and even though the Swiftwinds are shooting them down, they still manage to drop their payload, which is what's important here. The destroyer, of course, can protect itself from some torpedoes, but I feel like it's not going to be enough. Yeah, pretty much one more barrage, one more volley, and this destroyer goes down. It isn't even regenerating health. I think it's better to just reclaim it right now with the engineers nearby, but okay. The engineers are of course headed for the reclaim that already exists. 2 destroyers now approaching the naval production of Odin. It looks like, yeah, one of the destroyers that is taking serious damage and is about to sink, so I feel like this attack will also fail because there are so many torpedo bombers in the area from Team 2 and barely any anti-air support from Team 1. This is just over, we should quit, Rasa is saying. Odin is telling him to use air. Yeah, I wouldn't be so ready to call it quits right now, because, they still have an air advantage, right? Like, if we take a look at the fighter count, or at the air count, I should say, we see Fiore is super far ahead of everyone else. Of course, both Gingerbread Man and Seal Force do seem to have some kind of air, but no, Gingerbread Man has absolutely no fighters to speak of, and yeah, Seal Force only has 15, so not even close to what they would need. There are now restorer gunships as well, pressuring the attacking forces of, who's this again, Gingerbread Man. I have no idea how these tanks ended up here. I think they were just airdropped, but yes, they are very much going to be stopped by this restorer. The restorer could also get itself some extra easy experience by shooting down these bombers that just happened to fly by. And restorers with high veterancy can even go toe-to-toe with fighters pretty well. So if Fiore does manage to accumulate a large amount of both fighters and destroyers, fighters and gunships I should say, fighters and restorers, then he will both be able to secure the air superiority and abuse it almost immediately. Hey, it looks like even though, well, yeah, the bad part is Odin did manage to lose his Tech 2 air factory here, naval factory here. Yeah, I still need to relearn how to talk here apparently. Odin did manage to lose his Tech 2 naval factory, which is a serious problem because he has no more destroyer production, while Mimics will just keep pumping out more and more. The advantage, of course, is that, those torpedoes on the destroyers, on the UEF destroyers, don't hurt very much, so Odin can just have his commander go underwater and pressure these destroyers by attempting to reclaim them. It's not going to be very effective because, Odin's commander has no upgrades. But it's still something he can do, and probably should. Meanwhile, destroyers out from Gingerbread Man, as well supported by frigates of Seal Force, are pressuring the opposing navy of Rasa. I'm not seeing any destroyers for Rasa. If I can find them easier like this, probably. Yeah, no, there are no destroyers. There's just one Seraphim cruiser for some reason. What? Okay. So somehow Rasa managed to get his hands on the Seraphim cruiser, despite his entire team being Aeon. Must be a Seraphim naval factory somewhere. Oh, yep. So yeah, he captured a bunch of engineers that probably got airdropped there by Gingerbread Man, and now he's pumping out Seraphim Navy. Okay. Alright, yep, there's a Seraphim destroyer already on the prowl, supporting the Seraphim cruiser. And a second Seraphim destroyer is coming up shortly, no doubt. It is a destroyer, right? Yep. 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser is what Rasa has queued the factory up for now. And it is promising to be a very interesting matchup. I'm not sure if Seraphim or Aeon frigates are better at, you know, surface-to-surface combat, but the destroyers of the Seraphim destroyers will definitely level the playing field, considering, you know, their projectiles travel instantly, so they can, you know, they never miss basically. As long as, you know, as long as Rasa can keep this Seraphim Tech 2 Navy alive, I feel like he should be in a pretty good spot here. Has to be extremely careful for now though. There are too many destroyers. There's 4 destroyers out from Gingerbread Man, and also some like 1 or 2 from Seal Force as well, but for some reason they are all Committee Control K. Well, the game is over. I guess ultimately they decided it was not worth playing, because yeah, they felt like they were getting overwhelmed. Both in the Navy on both sides, even despite the air advantage, although I didn't notice, maybe Fiore did manage to throw that advantage somehow. I'm not playing that as just over. Okay. I would love to see the Team 2 come back into this, considering, you know, they had stolen the Seraphim Tech and built a Tech 2 naval factory from that. It would have been glorious for Team 2 to get a taste of their own medicine, for Team 1, sorry. But no, it didn't quite happen, and the game is over. Oh. Sadness. But yes, if you're new here and you're curious, this replay was viewed using the Forged Alliance Forever client. And yes, the game we're playing is of course Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. Okay, let me now go and search for a game that I could play. Oh, there's Ozone Islands again. Let's go for this one. I remember this lobby, you know, Dance Commander always plays that. Plays here, I mean. Let's see what we can do. The good part, you know, is we just need one more player to complete this lobby, so it's going to be relatively easy to fill. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Somebody joins this. There is of course this option as well, but if I have a choice between Crater and not Crater, I would rather play not Crater, that's for sure. So who these? Can't really tell. See something real quick. Like everything is okay for now. Come on, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Just need one more person to complete it. Come on. Oh no, it's a lobby simulator. There's this guy who just created a 16-player lobby. Okay, well. You do you, I suppose. There is the Matri lobby as well. There's currently no one inside. I think we'll have better luck filling this up. Let's see what we can do. Of course, I'm pretty sure Dance Commander is only ever plays on this map. So he probably knows exactly what he's doing. And could easily destroy us. So I'll hope we're on the same team. I don't think that's gonna happen though, because you know we got a 500 guy. So when there is a 500 in the game, doesn't really make too much sense for 4 and 11, 100 and 1300 to be on the same team. Unless the last player is going to be like 1500 maybe. We'll see about that. I hope the sound is okay. If something is not okay with the sound, please let me know. Hi. How long you been sitting there? Sure wish I could spell right now. There. Yeah, and I'm also not entirely sure about my faction choice. Two hours, what? They couldn't find 2 more guys for 2 hours. Well, that's just sad. What about the... hey, it looks like the crater lobbies will fill up faster than... Sorry about that. I gotta stretch. Went to the gym on Sunday. It still hurts like hell. Hopefully going to improve tomorrow. Because tomorrow I should be going for the gym again. Well, if they've been sitting there for 2 hours, maybe I should just go for one of these. Because I don't want to sit here for 2 hours, I don't have that much time. Lost connection to Longshot. Okay, well. That guy is also left, so let me just join some other lobby, I guess.
Group formed.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh, 90% good. Oh yeah, it kind of is. What am I? Air. Maybe I'll be Aeon. That's cool. Yeah, 90% it is good for Crater. Especially considering the disparity of rankings. Ikoom. Well, did you really have to say that though? I guess people on the internet say things like this all the time, huh? Yeah, I feel like everything is working. Alright, let me go back to chat. Righto. Oh god, it's the super rich version. Oh no. I did not expect that. That's okay though. Huh? Jail. Right, so. Now we do 4 scout, 1 bomber. Actually, no, what if we do 1... I feel like bombers won't really do anything though, so let's go 4 scout, 1 interceptor. Scout interceptor, 5, 3, D2, something like this. Oh, wait. Also, yeah, this is not actually necessary. I can just move commander through here. That should be enough. Even closer, probably. Pro Astro build order. I know, right? Yeah. My experience tells me we need a couple more generators before we actually go for... You should assist. That was my... Assist. Yeah, the fucking... Pro Astro build order. Nice. Like, can you stop, please? Yeah, okay, of course you're gonna... Is it just me, or are the shift keys, are the shift keys like completely bugged? I don't know. You know, after this is finished, we should go... You should be sending them here. You do this, and then, yeah, after that, the engineers will just go here and start producing energy storage like mad. They do believe it's kind of important sometimes. Okay, there's a scout. Of course, our allies already have a scout out, which is cool. Blue is going middle, which they should, because they are essentially, yeah, they're the front. Can you... What the hell are you doing? I think at this point we can start upgrading at least one of these, because, yeah. There we go. And there we go. See? Okay, yeah, you go here, then assist again. You go here and assist again. Spend some extra APM on this stuff. Dude, no, 6... What? 6 pooling, that's... What? What does it mean? What the hell is 6 pooling and how is it cheesy? Why are you... Okay. I was gonna say, why are you standing around doing nothing? Well, whatever. Guess he isn't now. What are you doing? Stop. Storage, then this, and then additional storage. You two should actually be helping the commander. Whoa! That plane over me just messed me up good. Oh, okay, we need to be upgrading more of them like yesterday. Right, because, yeah, we are rich. We're rich boys. A few more engineers, I'd say. This is the commander. This can be removed. Please, actually no. Wanna watch the air player? Welcome, says this guy. I think he meant you welcome, which is cool. We are actually completely out of mass. I have no idea how that could possibly happen. But hey, that's cool. Oh, this one is done, which means we can now do this one instead. This one should be doing it on its own. This guy also, actually. Oh, you know what? We can have one assisting this engineer instead, because this engineer is also very important. Okay. How many laws are you breaking right now? 17? I am better no fewer than 12. Excuse me? Breaking by doing what? I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to here. But I hope I'm not breaking too many at any rate. Because that it definitely wasn't my intention, let me tell you that. Oh. And we're also running out of energy, wonderful. Not running out too quickly though. Pause this probably. Running out of energy is actually a serious issue, because that if your energy hits 0 and the number next to it is still negative, then that means you will actually be your mass production will be reduced. Mass output, I mean. Okay, at this point, yeah, gotta assist that one. Where's the main engineer? It's this one, right? Yeah, okay, so this guy goes here. He is right. Oh, someone's built a turret at the entrance so that T1 scouts can't get in. I'm just joking, I'm a bit drunk. Oh no, that's okay. I was just, you know, I understand that you were joking. I was just waiting for some kind of elaboration because I'm not entirely sure what you meant. Okay, these are coming out like friggin' like crazy. Oh, what are these though? Oh, he's sending like 1,000,000 scouts. Well, that's not gonna work, buddy pal. I've got my interceptors on the case. None of your scouts have reached their destination. Oh my god, my foot is stuck on my friggin' headphone wire. Now that's something. It's probably a sentence you didn't expect to hear today, did you? But yeah, oh. Yeah, okay, so we need like probably like 3 swift winds and then like 5 scouts, and then we should be able to go T3. Oh, there's another interceptor. Alright, so you go build me stuff here. Oh, whoa. I actually managed to do so without Normally it's a good idea to attach your... Oh god, we are overflowing like crazy. Normally it's a good idea to attach your generators to the factory, of course, in order to... What are you doing? Oh, they're just building the storage, right, of course. Yeah, normally it's a good idea to attach your generators to the factory to reduce the cost of all the production and upgrades. Did not quite happen. Is not quite happening right now. Right, weird. Alright, there we go. Mass should be in the negatives when it's that high on the... Hello. This guy is seriously pumping out like 1,000,000 scouts. Well, oh, they already reached us, so that's kind of a moot point, you know? That's cool. Is that it? Oh yeah. Yeah, those scouts are really good at dodging, apparently. Okay, yeah, you should go here. You all should go here. You should assist this, because otherwise it won't work, I guess. Is anybody assisting this engineer? Yeah, there are 2. There should be 2 of them. Reclaim these, because they are taking up space. At this point, we can actually start upgrading all of them to Tech 2. It's not gonna be... Scout mid, okay, sure. Oh no, my hidden scout that was hanging out there got shot down. It looks like there isn't really that much here. In the middle there's just a whole bunch of interceptors. Yellow is pumping out interceptors like crazy. Okay, I need to start upgrading to Tech 3 mass extractor like yesterday. Get out of my face, please. Thank you. And everyone else's faces too. There we go. We are now upgrading to Tech 3 air as we speak. We're actually losing energy, surprisingly. I feel like we won't be losing that as long as we are done with the mass extractors. Yeah. Who's this? Oh, it's a friendly scout. Okay, cool. Okay, very cool. And these scouts can go here. Check this out. Oh, whoa, what? Oh, that sucked. Okay. Well, at least my Tech 2 engineers are still a thing, so I can actually just do this. Interesting. Yeah, see, good thing I built that energy storage, because otherwise we would have been toast by now. And yeah, I also have no idea how these things managed to sneak through. It makes absolutely no sense, considering I had my stuff literally scattered about everywhere. Okay, that one's also gonna drop something, or not. Be fast, please. Did you also get hit by that? Also, yeah, it goes without saying I should have been... Ah. Alright, well... Didn't turn out too badly, I suppose. You should be... Still scouts flying into my face, that's cool. Alright, so yeah, the Tech 1 engineer should be assisting this one, the commander should go with this one. Alright, so yeah, we somehow succeeded in surviving for now. Send the scout here, see what these are. I think these are... Oh no, my engineers died. The engineers that were building the energy storage also died. Yep, these are of course stupid Januses again. Very cool. The damage actually wasn't that significant. If anything, I probably could have actually gone for... Could have built Tech 3 mass extractors on these spots. The problem is, of course, so much storage got destroyed. I lost a whole bunch of mass by just... Okay, yeah, you guys go do this. You guys go do this. So yeah, now it's time for fighters. And probably one of these. Why not? Okay, this engineer is going to some random spot for some reason. Alright. Oh yeah, you know what? You should probably just keep actually yeah, go here. And then keep building those things. And also probably I should be... Yeah, you know what? Let me just make one of these real quick. Upgrade another one to Tech 3. It's kind of past the time. Monkey building in their base. That's cool. We expect that. As long as our allies will build something to oppose that monkey. Should be okay. Why is this one doing nothing? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, after this generator has been sucked up, we should be building another one. Yeah, the engineers can go around, go doing all of this as well. Pull back a bit. Pulling back might not be the problem you're looking for. Much bigger problem might be the fact that we don't have anything to oppose it. Like it won't matter if we are, you know, there's a whatchamacallit. I think these over here are actually Janus bombers again. We'll see though. Scout mid, okay, let's send one through mid. Okay, we can afford to upgrade another one to Tech 3. For sure. Yes, so the radar's working alright. How many engineers do we got here? 4? That's cool. Alright, so you guys can spider done run now. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, we don't actually have anything to oppose that spider. Oh well, there's a chicken. What? Oh, that's nice. Oh, so yes, also there's like a million Janus bombers there. That's cool. Oh. In this case I shouldn't be building these 3 stores at all. Should definitely prioritize the... Alright, so the filter is up, which is great. What isn't great is this massive amount of friggin' Janus bombers we're witnessing. Right, well the Monkey Lord does go down before it finishes the commander. The commander for some reason is still standing though. Or standing still, I should say. Do we have any... Oh. Okay. It looks like this guy dies. Which is a little bit sad, but, you know, I guess that was to be expected in the end. Wait, or not. Oh, yes, he does. Sadness. Wait, no! 100 health! Oh my god, is he gonna survive? That's amazing. He actually friggin' survived. Alright, let's build another T3 air factory, I guess. And then another. Really need those. Yeah, this will only be producing fighters. This can chill out on the fighters a little bit. Yeah, we need to be also sending the mass somewhere. Because otherwise, where's the... I'm not entirely sure the filter should be going here. Oh wow, they freaking TML'd it as well. Ow. Well, it's a good thing the red is solely focused on Janus bombers, but damn. Still kinda sad. I'll say at this point I should probably be making something else. Like a Galactic Colossus, for example. I don't know. Okay, yeah, you are making fighters non-stop now, that's cool. Good thing this guy doesn't know any better than to build a truckload of fighter bombers, I suppose. But yeah, I'm overflowing so hard, but you know what? You know why I'm overflowing? Because I haven't been doing this. Should have actually been doing that the whole time. Ah. And after that, I should probably also build like a Tech 3 shield somewhere around here. To protect ourselves from the impending bombers. Oh. Why? What? Okay, so why hasn't this guy been building shields the whole time, huh? I still don't quite get it. Oh, whatever. I also no idea how, yeah, Yellow managed to build so many more fighters in comparison to me, but hey. At the very least, we have now got ourselves some extra mass that we can get if we're fast enough. The most important thing is to protect them like this, and then now we should be good. Oh yeah, this one isn't producing for some reason. That's interesting. So we have an SMD, right? Yes, we do. Who is breaking the game right now? Okay, well, nobody really is, but... Yep. This guy's just making Janus bombers non-stop. Interesting. I can't actually send the mass to anybody because... So for some reason these guys are still helping with the... No, actually, we'll send it through here. And then this way it should be possible, right? Somehow one of these, yeah, it's a Tech 2 engineers, somehow managed to beat our two Tech 3 engineers. No idea what's up with that. Yeah, we need to pause these factories like yesterday. Losing power like crazy also. Come on, just finish it already. Wow, it took them forever. All right. Cool, cool, cool. The first shield is going up. So yeah, right now Red is the only player who can actually absorb the mass. I feel like... Yeah, Green should probably have more mass extractors at this point, but I guess kind of makes sense because, you know, it took them quite a while to actually do it. Why are they being sent here? I don't get it. I really don't. Yeah, then these guys will be doing something like this. Alright, I just... Yep, we need more build power out of this one. Can we, like, transfer somebody? Oh, yes, we can. Nice. Some people have actually finished their stuff. Notice how I'm not even using a quantum gateway. I have no way to spend all that. Huh? What? What is that? Oh, it's our... Is it already... What? Is it up already? What? Well, it doesn't look like it, but it will be... What? Why? Wait. Apparently those restorers are complete and utter idiots. Well, does anyone want to try to build their own artillery then? Or are we just gonna sit there and suffer? Yeah, we can also upgrade these. Come on, just build it. Why is everything taking so long? I'm overflowing like millions of mass. Why are you not building anything? Ah. It sucks. What? What's over there? Oh, you want to reclaim that? Well, go ahead, I suppose. Oh, okay, I can bring this engineer there. That might help slightly. Okay, we need to all focus on this and then this, I'm pretty sure. Shields definitely go first. Oh, yep, there's a disruptor already shooting. That's not good. Try to assist this one, maybe. Don't know how much good that's gonna do, but at least, yeah, the cyber and disruptor isn't very accurate. That's like our only saving grace. Also, we need to build that artillery like yesterday. I guess I should be supplying this guy with the mass rather than anyone else, really. I am, of course, incredibly sad that something so trivial like like a rush with 1,000,000 Janus bombers could actually work. But you know, that's just how things be sometimes. GC is actually going to take forever. Okay, there's some engineers we could send like here, then like here. Oh yeah, this guy is reclaiming also. Well, that's a lot of shots going around. Okay, yeah, so we do manage to sustain our shields for now. Yeah, need to be... Okay, yeah, there we go, there's the first disruptor. I'm not entirely sure. I think at this point our enemy might actually have more. We'll see though. Oh, yep, we managed to bait some of the... fighters in, that's pretty good. Oh, there's the Strat bombers, oh, that's not good. Oh, they're all dead, but also... Okay, that did nothing good. Stupid restorers keep... I still don't understand why the restorers are so stupid, but hey. Yeah, they definitely have two disruptors at this point, so... It looks like we've pretty much lost, but... Hey. There's always hope, right? What is that? Oh, it's another artillery by the other guy, right? Still can help because I have no build power. They have two arties, yeah, you don't say. There was an explosion here. Oh, well, we got a generator. That's cool. Or not. I don't know. We got something. There were a couple explosions. That's cool. Yes, and we might be wondering why I'm just sending mass instead of making any. Well, or I mean, instead of helping. Well, I feel like that's actually going to be kind of bitter to just... Oh, okay, no, first this and then this. Oh, they've got a GC as well. That's wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Now this looks more like GG because, like, yeah, we can't really do much of anything right now. Oh, hey, there's gunships that we can kill. That's cool. Yeah, the filth is up, but the artillery is gone. Soon the other one will be gone as well. I'm still not like, yeah, I'm still not making...
Yes, yes. Yes!
Thank you for the raid, my dude. Yes, Thunderhand 64, thank you for the raid. I hope you're having a great, you had a great stream. And yes, I hope it's gonna keep going well. Okay, this, the GC just got done, so we need more, like, shields now and stuff. But yes, we are playing once again Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. We are currently playing multiplayer, and currently we are sucking hard because, yeah, we are pretty much almost dead at this point. Should just honestly give up by now. My commander just got blown up. Oh, it wasn't my commander, it was this guy's commander. Okay, well. Also, for some reason, his Galactic Colossus is refusing to die. It's definitely GG at this point. At least I did manage to beat my opponent's here eventually, but ow. Yeah, I think at this point we're just kind of toast. Unless we manage to build something else. Oh, okay. Apparently all of our engineers get killed as well by something. So yeah, I hope you're having a great time. Yeah, we are going to be playing some Supreme Commander. This game is pretty much done at this point, but also we've still got the entire day ahead of us, so who knows, maybe we can still do better in another match. We'll see. I'll see. Yeah, this just needs to be producing engineers non-stop at this point. And this too. And this. Yeah, so our opponents have got themselves all tons of long-range artillery that can fire across the entire map. Well, we had some, but then, yes, as you just saw right there, that giant dude that walked in and killed everything, destroyed a bunch of our artillery and, most importantly, like half of our base. And yeah, we are having the GC bug. What? You mean this one? Oh, it's not dead? Oh, yeah, right. It's dead, but also not really. Here's what's happening here right now. You, my good sir, please assist this. You also assist this. Okay, nice. We are actually producing some engineers now. Oh my god, more. How's this guy? I have no idea how this guy still has so much air after, you know, after flying over us and essentially losing all of it. But hey, you do you. I guess they do have like 4 players while we only had 3 for a while, and then we had none, basically, because everybody was just building artillery instead of focusing on something that could protect us. But yeah, if you could end our suffering right now, that would be greatly appreciated. It looks like they aren't quite doing that right now, though. There goes the artillery. Oh yeah, this guy just quit because he realized he was done for. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see if we can keep up the... Oh, never mind. Okay, well, there goes the shield. The last shield, and yeah, with that we should be dead. Okay. Kick some butt, yeah. I will in the next game. Don't worry about it. This one just had a few, let's just call it unexpected twists and turns that had no business being there. Can we reset? And then... Yeah, okay, so this game technically still isn't over, which is why the results aren't displaying. And our suffering, yep, exactly. Alright, let's see if we can join this one. It seems to be a case of Neuroxis map generator, which is the resident map generator, random map generator that Supreme Commander uses. Okay, let me get a better color, like purple for example. Don't just want to be gray. Oh, it's up to optimal balance, so nothing, literally nothing matters. Go Seraphim, I suppose. Never know, might be good. So are we ready? Hi. Matry game GLNHF. Ah, Battle Moose, thank you. Okay, yeah, so we need a round of shoutouts right now, so here, have a shoutout for Battle Moose, a fellow Supreme Commander player and caster. Yes, then we've got, of course, the wonderful Thunderhand who just raided us. Thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciated indeed. And also Altizen, who just popped in recently. Thank you for showing up, Altizen, and yes, it was a shame that you just saw this terrible humiliation that we suffered by, you know, playing Crater and losing horribly, but sometimes that's just what happens. So is he here or is he AFK? Can't really tell. I hope he isn't. There is also some other names I recognize, such as Ikigami and Maximus and Sapir. I've seen these guys a bunch. I've seen these guys around a bunch, I should say. Suddenly I've got like massive ping to Matry, which is not very good. Oh well, not anymore. No idea what that was about. Banana! Suddenly banana from Altizen. Very nice. Love me some bananas. Thanks to the shoutout, you... Too kind. Oh no, it's not too kind. I think I actually have yet to check out your stream, you know, myself. Which is a little bit sad because I definitely, you know, it was definitely fun times. Alright, for some reason this guy is not raiding up. No idea what's happening there. Yeah, you can see 5v5, why? Do you think anyone else wants to join us? Because I don't see it happening. I don't know about that. I know I've been here 45 minutes waiting, okay. Fair enough. Oh, okay then. That makes even less sense. The guy is like, oh yeah, let's do it as a 5v5. Nope, just leaves. Banana with a very American accent, my friend. Well, yes, that is, you know, my accent being completely acquired. It's a little bit of a, you know, mishmash of all the different accents you can hear by all the different, you know, natives, or from all the different natives. So yeah, lots of it was acquired from watching YouTube. Well, I've also studied for a while, of course, yeah, at school and whatnot, but yeah. After starting with 2012, my most of my English education came from just watching YouTube, so yes, it's going to be going to be not very discernible. Let's just say that. But anyway, where is everybody? Did I just go and play? No, I shouldn't. Can I? No, I need to like enter my own name, right, to see these replays now. Yeah, there we go. How much did I lose from that? 12. Okay, 12 isn't too bad. Although if it keeps up, I'll go back down to 1000 again, but that's fine. We're not entirely for ink here. We're also for some other fun stuff. You know, I'm kind of having my reservations about actually staying in this match because, you know, there are players from Russia, United States, and Australia, and when all of the three sides of the world are put together into one game, it usually results in horrendous stuttering because, you know, they're so far away from each other. I hope that doesn't happen, but, you know, even if it does... Or, well, not but even if it does, but, you know, it's very likely, is what I should say. And with that, I should probably go and leave and find another game to play. I wish I could play, yeah, 1v1, for example, but it looks like everything is occupied, so tell you what, let me just leave and go and do some casting instead, since we got a raid and stuff. I think it's a great idea to just do some casting, so we can, wait, what? Why is it only showing today's games? That should not be the case. Right, yeah, let's go since 19th and then put 1500 in the title. Yeah, that way we can find some games with extremely high skill players, at least hopefully. These are all empty for some reason. No idea what's happening. Okay. Yeah, since we got new arrivals, let's go and do some casting. Something which usually ends up being extremely entertaining. Okay, why is this multiple teams? Is that... okay. Interesting. So yeah, this was a 4 versus 4 versus 4 game, and I'm seeing plenty of actually high skill player names. You see, we got this guy, we've got FTX Commando, we've got No One Cares, got Wish. It is, you know what? Let me oh, replay file missing. Well, okay, in that case I can't watch it. Never mind. Oh, this one that might be good though. Oh yeah, this one's from the 21st, which is, what was that? That was Sunday. Oh yeah, I definitely haven't seen that. A replay file missing. Why is everything missing? What is happening? Hello? Is that what? Okay, I'm pretty sure my FAF is just bugged, so let me reload real quick. I know what you mean about average accents in acquiring language. My Chinese sounds like some very flat average between Beijing and Taiwanese. Oh, well, I can't really say anything about Chinese language because, yeah, I don't speak it. I wouldn't be able to tell the differences between those accents, but fair enough. I know that, you know, China is also a country where those accents can, or a land where those accents can vary wildly, so I see your point. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay, yeah, so 2021. Oh, it... Let's try it again. See if the replay files decide to reappear. I have no idea what that was all about. This one is still missing. Oh, come on. Why is everything missing? What did you do? Look. Why are they all missing? Come on, FAF, pull yourself together. What is this? This one is... oh, too many desyncs. Okay, well that doesn't matter then. Oh, there we go. There's one that's not missing. It's on a map called Meadow. 16 minutes though. It's not a very long game, but I guess... oh, there's one. Wait, did I watch this? Wait, when was that? Wasn't the 20th? Whiteout Trith Resi Blast. What? No fear, wounded elk. Okay, there is no the wheelie, so I haven't watched this one yet. You know what? Yeah, I'll cast one of these. Okay, so what were you saying? My wife's Vash said he was having issues with load replays, so if still going on, I guess that's the thing. Yep, it's it's not so much as loading, it's about the fact that you literally can't open them, they aren't there. Look, boom, see, replay file missing. And there's multiple, yeah. There's more of them like that. Oh, welcome, Evil Cursed Potato. Oh, also, yes, since I am currently not preoccupied with anything else here, have a shout out for Evil Cursed Potato as well. A really wonderful individual that, you know, is always lovely to hang out. Regrettably, I haven't been able to do so that much recently, but yeah, every time I catch her stream, it's always a treat. So, chat, tell me, which game would you want to see? Would you want to see this one on Tabula Rasa that lasted 41 minutes, or would you want to see this one with a slightly higher average rating on Diversity that lasted, that is gonna last around an hour? Which one would you like? This one with lots of water and a little bit shorter, or this one with very little water but quite a bit longer? Which one would you like to see? Tabula Rasa or Diversity? Cast your votes in chat now. I also had the issue with no replay files. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. It turns out everybody has those issues. Well, basically they just aren't there. Guess the vault, the replay vault has had a few hiccups here and there. Don't worry about having not having been in my stream lately has been a mess. Why? What's wrong? But yes, my dudes, I would like to hear your opinions on which map I should pick here. Lots of water, 34 minutes, or no water, 1 hour. Which one would be better? It's always a treat to have you in my chat. I'm going to have to make a new schedule. Oh, well. Just make sure to not strain yourself too much. You know, school and whatever else comes first. As much as sometimes we don't like to do that, that's kind of important to do. To learn stuff anyway. Okay, so folks and friends. Oh, chaotic sibling stream, yay! That's always amazing. Chaotic siblings are the best. Well, you know, as long as you don't have to spend 24 hours, you know, to live with them 24/7, I suppose. Because in that case, it's probably going to be a little bit too difficult. So, friends, folks and friends, which one do we choose? Water and 30 minutes, or no water, or barely any water in 1 hour? With slightly more people. You know what? Well, actually, now that I think about it, ¿por qué no los dos, huh? Let's do both of them. I'm seeing some new names in there, which is always exciting. Some names that I literally haven't seen ever. So let's see if that actually... if those new people can provide ourselves with some, or not ourselves, us, with some new entertainment. Someone is already saying hold my beer right as the game starts. Okay, let me disable the music. Here we go. So this map is called Adaptive Tabula Rasa, or Tabula Rasa, or whatever. It's yeah, flooded Tabula Rasa, excuse me. The normal Tabula Rasa, the only water will be these like deep zones here. But when on flooded Tabula Rasa, this the lighter shade of blue is also all water. That wouldn't be the case otherwise. It's a 10 by 10 kilometers map, which is average size. Slightly on the lower side, I would even say. And this particular version has got 21,000 reclaim on it, which is scattered about mostly... well, of course, it's mostly scattered about on the outskirts here, in these massive shipwrecks. That everybody should make sure to reclaim as fast as they possibly can. My brother didn't grab any bread out of the freezer. What exactly does that mean? I'm not entirely sure. What? What? What does that mean? I am extreme confusion right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and start introducing our players here. In the yellow corner, on Team 1, we've got ourselves Blast Shield at 1900 rank points, playing UEF in baby blue. going first to land and then going for a hydrocarbon power plant rush, as you'd expect when you've got one nearby. And next up we've got, I am not entirely sure how to pronounce that name, so I'm just gonna say Zio at 1700 rank points, someone I've never seen before. Yes, playing Seraphim in a very fitting mellow yellow, also going first land, also going for a hydro rush very shortly. Next up we've got ourselves Burrita! Hey, oh. At 1600 rank points, actually the lowest ranked player on this particular team. In lime green, going first to land, playing Cybran, excuse me, right, yes, playing Cybran in lime green, going first land, and pretty much the identical build with 3 mass extractors and a hydro rush. Right next to him in beautiful Pontiff White we've got Rasa, which is another name I've never seen before. Playing UEF at 1700 rank points, also going first land, except this time there is no hydrocarbon power plant nearby, so you might consider building some extra Tech 1 power generators before going for the hydro, which is over here. A fairly large distance, that's like a minute, almost a minute's walk for your commander, I'd like to say. Grabbing bread from the freezer is a pro strat that there isn't any bread to eat and I'll have to wait for it to defreeze. Oh! So yeah, like in the morning you pull it out of the freezer so it defrosts before you can eat it. Right, yeah. Well, condolences. I hope that it eventually defrosts and you can actually eat it, but yeah. We can only hope, right? Anyway, last but not least on Team 1, we got ourselves No Fear 555, playing also UEF at 1800 points in Haliboran Orange, and also no doubt going for a hydro rush, except probably has to walk a little bit before building those mass extractors because they are out of reach of the commander from the starting spot. In the purple corner, on Team 2, we've got ourselves Robustness at 1700 rank points, love that name. Playing UEF, also going first land and also going for pretty much the same exact build with the hydrocarbon power plant nearby. Eat it like a giant bread ice lolly? Oh, lolly, you mean lollipop, right? Yeah, of course. Right next to this person, slightly to the west, we've got ourselves Wesh, a very frequent visitor of these casts. Yes, playing Cybran at 1800 rank points in the most boring color ever, Elephantine Grey. Going first land for the exact same build, you know the drill by now. Next up we've got Jenstad at 1500 rank points. One of the 2 lowest ranked players in this game, tied with the next one. Also playing UEF, so plenty of UEF on this map. Actually, Team 1 has 3 of them. Team 2 also seems to have 3. Very interesting. Or no, 2, sorry. But anyway, at 1500 rank points in Burgundy Red, going first land, and then no doubt going for the exact same hydrocarbon power plant build. Moving further to the west, we've got ourselves Orb. What a mysterious name. I have no idea what they could possibly mean, but it does sound very mystical. Very threatening indeed. Yes, going for playing Aeon in beautiful Ferrari red. Like I already said, tied for the lowest rank in this particular match at 1500 rank points, and yes, no doubt going first land. And then it looks like actually the commander will build all the mass extractors and then the engineers will immediately go to build a hydro. Interesting choice. We'll see if that works out or not. I guess we should pay a lot of attention to that. And last but not least for this particular match, and also the star player of this match at the highest rank points at 2100, we've got Tersto in Spetsnaz Green playing Aeon, and yes, no doubt also will be going for the exact same hydro rush, except, yeah, like their opponent on the opposite side of the world, will have to walk a little bit further because the mass extractors are out of reach of the commander. So that about does it for the players. Let's speed up the game slightly and see exactly what they do and how their strategies pay off. In particular, I'm interested in seeing what Orb accomplishes, because, you know, Orb, like I said, is going to be building every extractor with the commander, and then the engineers will be building the hydro on their own. Interesting to see if that works out for him or not. Already massive clickage going on here. The engineer of Razor M already getting overwhelmed with all of the tasks. You can see this, every yellow dot you see here is an individual click. So this guy has already gone ham and just clicked around like mad to make sure that the engineer reclaims every single tree there possibly is, even though they still failed, but you know, it was a good try at least. But I do have a fun idea for payback. My brother is still sleeping. Why don't I wake him up by putting the freezer bread on his back? Causing some mischief. Well, that is mischief indeed. If I ever seen any, that is definitely it. Righto. We've got our first commanders already coming out of the... Yeah, you can see Orb struggling a little bit to manage the economy. You can see almost full mass. But yeah, barely any energy. Only getting some energy now. As expected, you know, that build was slightly trickier to pull off. Now he's going to be, building power generators next to the mass extractors to reduce the cost of their upgrade, which is already happening, by the way. They are already upgrading. Yeah, so we got first commanders coming out towards the middle. Burita already on the case, trying to build as many mass extractors as they can. Those mass extractors are underwater, so they are really hard to destroy in the early game. They can be destroyed or captured by your engineers, but only by engineers, not by the combat units. The transports, as expected, are coming out, trying to occupy the plateaus on the sides. You can see these plateaus here can only be accessed by air. You cannot like walk up to them and then climb those mountains. You need to airdrop your units there. It looks like, it looks like for the moment the western plateau is going towards Team 1. It's going their way. While on the east side, it went to Team 2, so basically both of the corner players occupying their respective plateaus. Very interesting indeed, especially considering it feels like, honestly, it feels like the opposing players on every side are closer to the plateau than the players that got them. So, and a very interesting outcome we've got there. Already going for some more airdrops. These are probably going to be combat units dropped on top of the enemy's base here. Turster should be extremely careful, should definitely try his best to shoot down this transport. The engineers have landed. They will now be reclaiming, what? Okay, yeah, they will be reclaiming this one engineer, then reclaiming the scout, and then... Oh, the scout just got destroyed. Nice, very nice micromanagement from Turster, managing to destroy the scouts and to not give those engineers any more free mass than they needed to. I have returned. He was displeased with the bread ice lolly. How ungrateful you took him breakfast. Yeah, breakfast to bed, dude. Breakfast to bed is honestly quite amazing. I don't like it though. I'd rather, you know, drink some water first and, you know, wash my face so I can actually see in front of me. You know, I like seeing food before consuming it. I know it's kind of weird, but, you know, some people just do that. A light assault bot coming out to destroy, yes, has successfully destroyed that engineer that was airdropped. I'm still not entirely sure what that airdrop was about, but hey, at least they captured one extractor, and it was, you know, it belonged to Blast for a while, so I guess it accomplished something after all. No Fear is attempting to build something using the commander, yes, attempting to build a defense turret here by walking up, by just walking up and building. Yeah, this is what's known as edge building. This, this can help you build across terrain and access terrain that normally is only accessible by air, which is exactly what No Fear was trying to do. The problem is there is already a defense turret here on the side of robustness, and that turret won't let any other turrets be built because it will just destroy them. And you can't airdrop them either because there's two turrets, the two anti-air turrets as well, so yeah. I guess Robustness should just give up now and just walk away. The commander is still standing. I'm pretty sure Robustness didn't give any... No Fear didn't give any additional orders to the commander, so it's just standing there doing nothing, which is terrible. At first, naval engagements going on as well. I think at this point we should just slow the game down to normal speed. Yes, it's going to be hard to tell who is who for a moment, but yes, so basically... so the lime, orange, and white ships are on Team 1, so they are the enemy here, they are the invaders, while, yes, Team 2 will have gray, red, and purple ships. Currently already running interference, trying to claim territory over these factories. It looks like they will fail, though, because there is already a torpedo bomber, so Tech 2 Air has been achieved by Robustness. Yes, there is already a torpedo bomber sinking those frigates one at a time. Of course, the air wing of the interceptors from Burita will help and easily shoot down this torpedo bomber. but I am sure Robustness will shortly bring his own fire interceptors to bear. And yes, it does look like there's an air engagement, but still, Burita got the better end of that because he had way more interceptors there. Even interceptors from Orb are actually helping here, but it doesn't look like they'll be enough because the orange interceptors are here. Everybody's air forces are converging on this one spot, and it looks like still, well, yeah. Of course, you know, Burita is prioritizing the torpedo bombers to make sure they can't just destroy all of his frigates. It looks like somehow Team 2 is pushing back now, with the frigates and submarines of Jenstad actually proving a difficult problem for Team 1's navy. Although it looks like No Fear has been spamming only submarines the whole time. So this is actually advantageous for Team 1 because they haven't got enough submarines, and only in the early game only submarines can attack other submarines. Frigates can't attack them. Frigates being the much more powerful ships, but still. Submarines are completely immune to any damage from frigates and can sink them with impunity. This mass extractor almost upgrading to Tech 2. If No Fear could notice that and destroy it before it upgraded, it would be all of the resources wasted on that particular upgrade, but no, it didn't happen. And in fact, if we look at the current income, we can see that, yeah, Orb is actually one of the top players in terms of income right now. Has probably the highest income of all players besides Blast, who has the plateau all to himself. So Orb is ecoing up excellently. And I guess that is also the reason why, you know, why he has no ships, because he's been investing all of his mass into upgrading the eco further. So now he has the highest income, but nothing to spend it on as of yet. Yeah, see, plus 10 mass, almost full actually. And he hasn't got any ships whatsoever. He must be upgrading something important as we speak. Yes, of course, upgrading the naval factory to Tech 2, which is something that Tursto has actually done already, and will now start producing, yes, start pumping out those amazing, tasty Tech 2 naval destroyers. Now, the destroyer is basically your bread and butter main combat ship for the Tech 2 phase of the game. Destroyers are extremely powerful. They outrange the frigates and out DPS them massively. And also destroyers of most faction except the UEF are also highly adept at dealing with submarines because they have some serious torpedoes on them. It looks like the naval blockade is currently being achieved, or is being exerted upon Robustness as we speak. Both these ships from Razor M, Razor M and No Fear, teaming up to destroy all of his naval factories. So at that point, Robustness will be out of the naval game for a while. Hopefully that one move doesn't, you know, change, decide the course of the entire game. Also, No Fear has somehow managed to build that defense turret and has destroyed a fair bit. It destroyed a factory, it destroyed a whole bunch of other stuff. So it seems like No Fear hasn't given up on occupying this plateau quite yet. It's late, so logging off. Have a good stream. Yes, goodbye Thunderhand, it was nice seeing you. I'm sorry I didn't respond in time, but yes, it was very nice seeing you, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a nice sleep and have a good rest. Tons of frigates accumulating from both Zayo and Burita, not quite attacking yet because, you know, they don't want to run in and just lose all of these frigates for nothing and give the mass from the reclaim to the opponents. Yes, the destroyer out from Tursto is already on the prowl, already sinking those frigates one at a time. He should, however, be extremely careful because, you know, so many frigates plus destroyer will of course be better than just one destroyer. The frigates out from Jenstad, though, are in the area, as well as the submarines, and they will be protecting this destroyer from the opposition. However, I fear that there might be quite a few more frigates out from Team 1 here. Because, yeah, they've got frigates of 3 players, essentially. You know, Burita, No Fear, and Razor M all bringing their frigates to bear. A destroyer out from Razor M as well. Destroying what little naval production Wesh had. Wesh is, of course, in the process of rampaging through the seas with his torpedo upgrade, which is actually quite an amazing upgrade for that the Cybran can have. This is the unique upgrade to the Cybran commander. No other commander in the game can have that. No other faction, I mean. And you can clearly see the commander basically on its own just repels the entire navy of Razor M. And there's very little Razor M can do because, yeah, the commander is just that powerful, at least in the early game. Now he could be threatened by the destroyers of other factions such as Seraphim Destroyers of Zayo, but yeah, those will take a while before they actually reach Wesh's commander, so for now he can just have free reign with that one Cybern commander and yeah, basically sink all these frigates and submarines, no problem whatsoever. There is a massive swarm of torpedo bombers coming in from, who's this, Burita, right, yes, I'm not entirely sure where they are going yet. It seems like they just flew in for no reason. They could have destroyed, yeah, they could have destroyed Wesh's commander already, but for some reason they went in the opposite direction and now most of them have been shot down. So a huge waste of mass and energy here by Burita. At the very least he did manage to destroy the entire Air Force of Orb in the process, but it's still, I don't think it's still enough to justify it. Same thing here. Torpedo bombers from Blast also not doing anything, pretty much. There is a massive air engagement overhead as we speak, as the ships engage and the air engages at the same time. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Team 2 has advantage in the air, but in terms of Navy, there are way more frigates here and only destroyers from both Orb and Tersto. And frigates with and destroyers with tons of more frigates from Team 1, so yeah, it doesn't look good for Team 2 for now, especially with constant more, additional torpedo bombers coming in. Alright, I'm sure Wesh will be really happy though to just, fire away at these destroyers once again. Yeah, see, she's just standing still and just sinking those destroyers rapidly, because the destroyers of the UEF, their torpedoes are garbage. They can't actually, do much against the Cybern commander, who would just completely annihilate them, as you can see. Yeah, I feel like for now, Team 2 can definitely hold. The frigates of Jenstad are still in the area, all the destroyers are still up, well, -1. There is of course tons more torpedo bombers coming in constantly from Burita. It seems like, Team 2 can't have a handle on all of these torpedo bombers. So that could ultimately turn out to be a massive problem because, yeah, with every pass, one of the destroyers from Team 2 sinks, and the torpedo bombers just never stop coming. Worse yet, the shores of Tersto are already being bombarded by this one destroyer of Blast Shield. It looks like the destroyer is having a disagreement with the cliff as we speak, not actually hitting anything besides that cliff, but that could change at any moment as long as Blast decides to micro it properly, and there we go. It's actually firing upon the commander as we speak. Interesting choice. Well, I guess there is nothing to really stop this destroyer, so it can do whatever it wants. The commander might just walk up to it and reclaim it, for all we know, but yeah, it looks like the destroyer is keeping its distance, so it should still do some serious damage. There are the frontal naval factories from Orb, both Orb and Tersto, I should say, being destroyed as we speak. Doesn't look like it means anything, though, because yeah, there is already Tech 3 Navy achieved by, who's this, Jenstad, right, yeah, Tech 3 Navy from Jenstad, still Tech 2 Navy up from both Orb and Tersto. Yeah, so Tersto just walking in, trying to destroy these destroyers. Yes, I know, sounds paradoxical, but yes, attack these destroyers from below by using Reclaim. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to turn out. Still more torpedo bombers coming in, but at this point, looks like these torpedo bombers are just free mass for Team 2 because, yeah, they aren't really accomplishing anything. They can't destroy those naval factories because those got, dozens of thousands of health. For example, the Tech 3 UEF naval factory has got itself 26,000 health. There is no way a couple torpedo bombers can destroy that. I'm going to do some work for Arch-class Slurk. Yes, by all means, please go ahead and do all of the work you need. I am always grateful to have you here, popping in at least for a little while. Some serious damage being done by the bombers using the... what? Okay. Tersto has been defeated by Blast as we speak. Apparently those destroyers have been enough to actually eliminate the commander. I have no idea why Tersto decided to do that. But yeah, now, most importantly, the Cybern commander of Wesh is under fire by all the torpedo bombers. This could be serious trouble for him. And it looks like torpedo bombers, even though they keep getting shot down, they still managed to drop their payload. For some reason, though, they are dropping on the naval factory instead of Wesh himself. I guess they don't really care about the commander, because as you can clearly see, this map is actually played as full share. So this now all the properties of the players that have died will now be transferred towards other players. For now, Robustness doesn't seem to be controlling these at all. Probably should start, you know, giving orders to the factories, and especially this naval factory here. Could have probably produced one more destroyer already. There are tactical missiles coming in from the cliff, I guess. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, there is a tactical missile launcher on the cliff, firing those missiles at vulnerable engineers and mass extractors, no doubt. The torpedo bombers are no longer accomplishing anything. The first battle cruiser is out on the field, has actually been out for a while, and yes, you can clearly see the battle cruiser enough is to push the entirety of Team 1's navy backwards, because it's just so powerful. And yes, it is also supported by some torpedo boats, or shield boats I should say, for some additional protection, allowing it to basically not take damage at all and gain veterancy the whole time. Robustness is, of course, yeah, the reason he isn't controlling anything is because he's in some serious trouble here. The navies of both Razor Him and No Fear keep pushing against him with destroyers and torpedo boats and all kinds of other horribleness. The torpedo bombers he's bringing to bear are, of course, going to be insufficient because obviously he's just sending one torpedo bomber at a time doesn't work against cruisers. The cruisers can even shoot those down before they drop the torpedoes. And there's also been a massive airdrop that I completely missed by Burita. Burita, being that absolute MVP right now, has built 4 land factories that keep spamming artillery pieces all over the place. All of these factories, you know, they are constantly producing artillery, which is destroying the remains of Wesh's base, you know, whatever is left over. Robusness' commander explodes. I'm pretty sure he just called GG here. Which is an interesting choice because apparently this game lasts another like all of 15 minutes or something like that, so no idea what's gonna happen in that case. But you know, there's the exact same thing happening here. An airdrop out from Blast Shield upon the remainders of Tursto's base, and it looks like, yeah, this is pretty much all gone at this point. There's light assault bots supported by destroyers and bombers will easily get rid of all this. The factory of, the naval factory is still not producing anything. It's now being controlled by Wesh. It looks like, yeah, the airdrop has been all but eliminated. All of the factories are now gone. But yes, it did hurt Wesh's economy even more. You can see that Wesh is not doing so hot right now, to say the least. He does have some Tech 3 mass extractors, which is very nice. So he still has decent income, but yeah, it's nowhere close to someone like Burita, for example. They're still being the absolute MVP. Yes, and once again, you know, Robustness has been completely eliminated from the eastern side as well, or Team 2 I should say. They have no more naval production on the eastern side, and now the destroyers will start pounding their shores, destroying extremely valuable mass extractors. You can see how quickly this Tech 2 mass extractor goes down. No chance whatsoever. And now since there are no tactical missile defense either, they could bring the cruisers here and start firing upon the remaining mass extractors that... sorry about that, I should probably drink. And good morning, Foolish Sage. I hope you're doing well today, as we are playing some more Supreme Commander right now casting. Might be playing later, we'll see, if we've got time for that. But yes, let me see what's gonna happen next. So of course the battle cruiser is out from Jenstad, still doing what they're supposed to do, protecting protecting against the navy, protecting extremely well I should say. I'm pretty sure, well yeah, there's just this one battle cruiser has been all over the world basically, has sunk countless destroyers and countless other things. Yeah, you can see the remains of these destroyers. The problem is of course that Blast himself is reclaiming them instead of anyone else, so they aren't really doing anything. Yeah, even though there is wreckage here, there's wreckage being reclaimed by the enemy who was invading. The commander of Orb has been dropped on the former island of Tursto. I keep forgetting the name, sorry about that. There is a Tech 2 point defense turret, so you should be extremely careful. It's being destroyed by tactical missiles as we speak, but who knows how long that's gonna last, right? I feel like they should be relatively safe though. Already constructing an Oblivion turret, which will allow him to cover, I'm pretty sure it covers the entire island. Yep, you can see. So this one should get rid of all the artillery and all the other unnecessary things that keep harassing him here. And yeah, I think at this point Blast should be ousted from the island. And it looks like Team 2 is actually stabilizing, at least for the most part. You know, they're They are no longer getting completely overrun on the sides. They are cleaning up the rest of the enemy here. The only problem is that, you know, there is still a very large naval presence of Razor M here, with destroyers, frigates, even shield boats, and even even a naval factory which will now start pumping out engineers attempting to occupy the shores. I don't think that's gonna go anywhere really, because ultimately, yeah, well, this one battlecruiser will be enough to clean everything up. But that might not quite be the case, because the counter has already arrived. This is a battleship of the Seraphim faction. Sorry about that. At least for now, the Seraphim are the ones producing those battleships. The entirety of the engineers helping the factory has been paused, probably because Zio is upgrading his economy further as we speak. Yes, it is a little bit problematic for Zio because his shores are being bombarded by destroyers. It won't last very long because now Blast is also producing his own battleships, so yeah. This will might once again tip the balance in favor of Team 1, because Team 2 will need to take some desperate measures to get rid of these battleships, because they vastly outrange everything Team 2 has. Look at this. Look at the range of the battleship. And this is the range of the battle cruiser. It's nowhere close. So yes, they should be extremely careful. There is a battle cruiser out from No Fear as well, though. I still think, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like the commander could actually beat this battle cruiser. Because, you know, his torpedoes are also garbage, while the torpedoes of the Cybern commander are extremely powerful. But we'll see how it turns out. For now, it looks like the battleships are being a serious nuisance because, yeah, once again, there is nothing to fire back at them. The battle cruiser does manage to survive for now. There are strategic bombers flying around once again out from Burita. Burita once again proving to be the absolute MVP. Yeah, he's barely producing any navy. He is mostly just producing air. And yeah, there was a strategic bomber. I'm not entirely sure how much it destroyed. Well, it did destroy Jenstad's sole... yeah, it did destroy Jenstad's sole power generator, or at least whoever was building that. And yeah, there might be some serious problems for Team 2, sorry. Yeah, because they aren't actually making any tech-free air, and their opponents are. Burita, yes, producing more and more fighters and bombers as we speak. I am sure it's going to be mostly fighters, but yeah. So this causes both the commanders of Jenstad and Orb to be destroyed. So they just decided to quit here, call it a day, and go play another match because, yeah, everything seems to be looking quite bleak for them, and all of the control has been transferred to Wish. But I don't think at this point anybody could really have enough actions per minute to control all of this. He has to, yeah, Wish is basically the entire Team 2 right now, and if he dies, then the game is over. Especially considering, yeah, the Team 1 is now pushing aggressively with the frigates and destroyers, making sure that the Wish can't relax even further, straining his APM even more. You can see that, you know, this stuff still hasn't been rebuilt. You know, even though, of course, it was partially due to Orb just quitting. Yeah, it looks like, actually no, they're still producing something, but yeah. I really don't believe Wish has enough control to solve all of these problems. Especially with Tech 3 Air on the prowl out from Burita. Wish does seem to have his own Tech 3 Air, actually producing it from Robustness's former base. I'm sure Wish has, okay, his power is actually alright, even despite everything. But yeah, it looks like all of his factories are being taken down as we speak. The battle cruisers are taking damage from the torpedoes of the commander. The commander really should really stay underwater though, because the moment he walks out and land, he gets instantly evaporated by the battle cruisers and the battleships. So really should try to stay underwater at all costs. The sole battleship of Wish, which formerly of course belonged to whoever that was, Jenstad, right, yeah. The sole battleship won't be able to deal with all of these battle cruisers.
Everything the light touches will soon belong to the Empire.
Thank you, Altizen, for, yes, thank you for subscribing. I very much appreciate it, especially with Prime. I'm not sure if that gives me any kind of bonuses, but it does definitely gives bonuses to you, because you get the subscription. for free as long as you have Amazon. So yes, thank you very much for subscribing, very much appreciated. And yes, I hope to bring more content that would make you hopefully feel good. Maybe not always, because you know, who knows what's gonna happen, but as much as possible. The cruisers out from Burita meanwhile shooting down fighters, of which that is a serious problem. You really don't want to lose your fighters to cruisers when your enemy already has an air advantage, which I'm pretty sure Burita does. He's now producing his own battleships as well, using a whole bunch of hives, which, yeah, ensures those battleships will be constructed in about, like, in less than a minute, basically. Normally it takes about 2 minutes to build one, I'm pretty sure, with all the engineers. But using the hives, look how quickly it's going up. This is one of the most powerful ships in the game. And look how quickly it's being constructed. This is real time. This is actually, like, the actual time, the actual amount of time it took to construct. It's kind of insane. And yeah, it looks like Wesh's position is being completely overrun. I think, yeah, he did manage to take his commander away by using a Tech 3 transport. Tech 3 transport is shielded, so whilst, you know, the shield is up, the cargo is completely safe. And yeah, he did manage to take his commander away without being evaporated, like I thought he was gonna. But yeah, it looks extremely bleak, because at this point you can see that the ships are completely overrunning all of the naval production. It will all be gone very soon. Due to these marvelous Seraphim destroyers, you know, pouring all of the damage into those poor engineers and factories. Very soon nothing will be left over, and then I'm not entirely sure what Wesh's plan is going to be. Let's speed up the game and find out, shall we? Because yeah, this isn't very interesting to watch, you know. There's basically a whole bunch of fat, thick ships just destroying everything in their path. It won't take them very long to destroy all of this. Very soon there will be nothing left over. Interestingly enough, Zayo did bring his destroyers a little bit too close to the turrets of Wesh, formerly Orb, but yeah, there are so many destroyers here that it didn't matter. None of the destroyers were sunk. So yeah, the Western Island has been completely taken over by Team 1, or will be soon. Flee while you can, says Burita, which is one of the custom voice lines you can do sometimes when you there's basically a specific command to use voice lines of in-game characters from the campaign, but you can type a specific command in chat, and then it'll basically look like you said that line, and the voice will be playing for every player that should be able to hear it, which is basically every player in the game, actually. I was gonna say the air looks relatively even, but no, but it's definitely firmly in the hands of Burita. There is not even a contest there. And yes, now the cruisers and the battleships will be firing into Wesh's last base. It looks like he's actually upgrading gun for some reason. Maybe he's planning to eventually teleport somewhere, but I don't think he has the power to afford that. There are now Janus bombers attacking his positions as well. There are plenty of I'm sure there is plenty of anti-air in the area, so even though those Janus bombers keep coming, they won't be there very long. But ultimately, yes, it looks like I honestly have no idea what he's gonna do in the next 4 minutes that could possibly bring the game back. I feel like he's just stalling for time. Reporting Commander Bam, thank you. Hey, welcome Nexus Demon, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. As this little cast that we're doing is coming to a close, the torpedo bombers, ultimate BM, the torpedo bombers out from Razor M, landing right next to Wesh's base. The torpedo bombers are completely useless at this point, because they can only attack targets that are in the water, and there is nothing Wesh has anymore that would be in the water, so yeah, this is maximum BM, just landing your completely useless planes next to the enemy tanks, to be destroyed like they're nothing. And yeah, but at this point, Wesh is basically playing survival, because yeah, there is not very little he can do, and it looks like there's actually a nuke about to come out of the, oh no, it's not a nuke, that's a Billy nuke, that's what this is, a special tactical nuke that the UEF commander can deploy and fire. It's an extremely powerful item, but it can be countered by tactical missile defense, of which Wesh has tons, so I'm pretty sure that's actually not gonna land, so never mind that. It looks really cool, but we won't see the explosion because, yeah, 3 tactical missile defense units are enough to stop it. Or wait, never mind. There it goes. The tactical nuke has landed. You can see the pretty explosion. And now the final explosion to to finish this game is coming. There's the nuke. There's the nuke that will finish the game. That's the real nuke fired from someone's base. I can't see who that was. I'll be with you in a second, but yeah. This nuke will seal the deal. We already can't see anything behind the radioactive dust, but yeah. There is the final explosion. It looks super pretty. Everything that was shown has been destroyed. It's not just his commander. Literally everything has been destroyed. He has nothing left over. Besides these 3 tanks and this one mass extractor, he has been obliterated so completely that there won't even be a memory left of him. Actually, the commander is still here. The commander is still alive. He managed to pull the commander out before the end. That's not going to serve him very well, though, because, yeah, now this will happen. The fighters will surround the transport and shoot it down easily. Because the fighters, that's exactly what fighters do. They shoot down flyers. Come on. End it. End his suffering, please. The fighters, yeah, are having trouble shooting it because he keeps flying off map, and when your flyers are off map, they become untargetable. So there is that, but yeah. He's saying goodbye, cruel world, and yes, there he goes. So yes, like I said, so completely obliterated, there is nothing of Team 2 left over. There is literally nothing. The entirety of Team 2 is gone. There is only Team 1 left on the field. And that was with full share, which means, you know, if you destroy your commander, your units don't self-destruct, they just get transferred. But yeah, it was so completely destroyed that there is nothing left over. So whose nuke was that? I couldn't see. It looked like a cyber nuke, so it had to be sent from... I guess it was sent from Maridia, but yeah, I don't see it. Oh, there he goes. Yep, it was sent from a submarine, of course. There you go. Strategic missile submarine, which can house 3 nukes. So yeah, first there was a tactical nuke out from No Fear, and then there was a real nuke from Maridia to finish this game in the most beautiful way possible. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this replay cast of Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, played and watched using Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever client. And now, as promised, we're gonna go watch the other game. Just let me clear water my throat a little bit, and we'll go watch the other one as well. Now, be warned, this one has lasted an hour, so there's probably gonna be some serious twists and turns. I really hope it doesn't desync. I can't check right now. If I checked, I would have spoiled the ending of the game for everyone, including myself, and I don't want to do that quite yet. So, yeah, we're gonna go in blind and see exactly what they have accomplished or not. Just give us a few moments. Okay, let's slow the game down. So this map is called, yes, Adaptive Diversity, which is ironic because there isn't actually that much diversity. You know, those bottles of water are really small to build a proper navy, or for your navy indeed to achieve anything. But still, you know, it's a nice thought, I suppose. Technically you can build a battleship here in the water and then bombard, like, I'm pretty sure you can bombard this position even, these two at least. So that's something. And of course the same is true for the opposite side. If your battleship gets like through here, it can probably destroy both of the southern players' positions. But anyway, this version has 15,000 reclaim on it, so not too much reclaim. I think once I've actually seen some people play on Adaptive Diversity and they had like hundreds of thousands of reclaim on the map. I'm pretty sure. So this is mild, this is timid compared to what usually happens. Once again, this map is 10 by 10, which is a little bit on the lower side. The smallest maps in this game are 5 by 5, the largest are 80 by 80. So yeah. Let's go. I'm just clearing my throat, sorry about that. Sorry you had to hear that, that probably sounded extremely nasty. There was something stuck that was preventing me from speaking properly. Anyway, here you go. So, in the yellow corner, on Team 1, we've got ourselves Trith at 1600 player rank points, playing UEF in mellow yellow, going first land, and then there is no hydrocarbon power plant for him to sap, or for him to capitalize on, so he's just probably gonna be going for the standard build of mass extractors, power generators, all that cool stuff. From right next to him, well, basically next door, like that's like a 10-second walk. We've got No Fear, who we've seen the last game as well. 1800 rank points, playing UEF also. In Halibor and Orange, and also yes, playing UEF, going first land, all pretty much the exact same thing. Moving on towards the north, we've got ourselves Robustness, once again also playing UEF, and the exact same color, so plenty of the same names you will see here, but that doesn't mean the gameplay is going to be exactly the same, because, you know, no Navy at the very least. Yes, at 1700 rank points, playing UEF in Vivacious Violet, going first land, and then all the exact same standard stuff, probably just building all of the extractors available nearby, and a bunch of generators to support them. Further still towards the north, we've got White Owl in a very appropriate Pontiff White at 1500 rank points, playing UEF. Also, so there's 4 UEF players already on Team 1. Everybody and their mother seems to be going UEF in this game. That's gonna be interesting for sure. Yes, going first land, and then, yeah, I imagine probably be the exact same thing with the mass extractors and power generators. In the northwest corner, we've got ourselves Blast Shield from last game. This time though playing Aeon at 1900 rank points, going first land. Nothing too unusual. And last but not least, for Team 1, we've got ourselves a Razy Noob, or also known as Resistance. Very high skill player from Moldova, who I'm pretty sure is also on the staff of Forged Alliance Forever, though I could be mistaken, so if you know the truth, please don't hesitate to correct me. Yes, in Ferrari Red, love this color. 2000 rank points, and yes, playing Cybern, going first land. Actually, never mind that, because first, instead of land, he's built a mass extractor, which is slightly unusual. Usually people go try to build a factory as fast as possible so they can start pumping out units as fast as possible, but I guess Razy knows something, because he immediately went for a mass extractor instead. Gonna be interesting for sure. But that about does it for Team 1. So now let's move on to the pink corner. On Team 2, we've got ourselves Bigger Hammer, playing UEF also. Once again, more UEF for the glory of Willow's duality. I should send this replay to him, he would definitely enjoy that. Yes, Bigger Hammer in Cyanide Cyan at 1600 rank points, going first land, then immediately 2 generators around the mass extractor once maximum efficiency, you know, wants the mass extractor to spend as little energy as possible. I can definitely appreciate that, that's for sure. Next up, we've got Jenstad, yes, playing also UEF at 1500 rank points in Burgundy Red, going first land, then a few extractors and a whole bunch of generators before moving on to second air. So that's the first air factory we've seen queued up so far, but I'm sure more will follow very soon, especially from the players who are on the further side, like our next contestant, Macro Noob from Clan SNF. You can notice that, yeah, basically every member of Clan SNF always ends their name with Noob, and even if it normally was something else. You can see Razy doing the same thing here, Auto Noob, Macro Noob, and Wounded Elk also doing the exact same thing. They always add their name in with Noob. That is just their thing of their clan. Yes, so Macro Noob here at 1900 rank points, so he is actually far from a noob, just like most of these other players. They, you know, they just do it for giggles basically, and to easily recognize each other. Yes, playing Cybern in Spetsnaz Green, going first land, and then also some extractors, generators, and, well, plenty of other self-explanatory stuff. Actually, for some reason, he started building the generator before starting the factory, but then didn't finish it, but for obvious reasons. Wants to get a factory out as quickly as possible. Last but not least, not last, sorry, the next game we've got Wounded Elk Noob in Breast Cancer Awareness Pink, also 1900 rank points, playing Aeon, and then also going first land, and then second land, and then air. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, I think this is second land and third air, which is also fine. And the remaining 2 players for Team 2 are Auto Noob, from also from Clan SNF, as you can clearly see from the name, in Electric Blue, playing Cybern, also 1900 rank points, just like his other noob teammates, so-called. I already completed the first land factory, now moving on to power generators and mass extractors, and then a second land actually. And last but not least for this game, we've got Wish, once again in Elephantine Grey, playing UEF this time at 1800 rank points and going first land, and we can't really see what he's gonna go for next. Alright, that's about does it for the introduction of the players, so let's go ahead and speed up the process by... What is win? I am AFK, just want to make boys. Says Blast, okay, fair enough. So apparently Blast just wants to upgrade his economy as quickly as possible and then start making support commanders. And support commanders alone. And also notice how he's going second land instead of second air, for example. I wonder what other players are going to go for. We can probably just zoom around and see. It looks like it's also second air for Jenstad. It's also third air, seemingly for... who's this again? Macro Noob, right? Yes, for Macro Noob. Third air, like we already deduced, for Wounded Elk Noob. No air queued up so far for the northernmost players. On the southern side, we've got, only land factories queued up so far as well. Everybody besides Robustness, who I'm pretty sure we spotted that air factory before. So, yeah. Just going to be hanging out here with that sweet delicious air factory, trying his best to get a bomber out, no doubt. Well, we'll see. As currently hasn't got anything queued up, because Robustness wanted to pause, and they did pause. You can see by the flashes of game paused, game resumed on the screen. That means they paused. It's gonna be producing a scout first. Well, I guess scouts and interceptors, which means he probably thinks he's too late to make a bomber without it being countered, so he just goes for a scout and interceptor instead, which is the safer option, or the defensive option, I should say. That's what you do for when you want to protect yourself from the incoming enemy bomber. It's also interesting to note that there are light assault bots sneaking in on both sides, both Wounded Elk and who is this again? Robustness being relatively successful at having their bots invade enemy territory. It's ultimately for nothing because the Mantises catch them, or well, Mantises on the eastern side, UEF tanks on the left side, strikers. Yes, they're called strikers, of course. So no surprises so far, no economy or builds being disrupted by these Mantises or by these light assault bots, so nothing to worry about for us. Let's just keep watching. We can see that No Fear is pushing quite aggressively already. I think, he really wants to reclaim these things before the enemy team can. This is a 296 reclaim, which he can get relatively for free, because he was there first, before the commanders of Jenstad and Macro Noob, and if he's really worried about being killed, he can just go underwater and be completely safe. For some reason, his commander is being bombarded by bombers from Jenstad, which is going to do precisely nothing because, wasting sending one attack bomber against a commander basically just wastes the damage of the bomber because the commander has plenty of health to absorb it. Already got our first upgrades going up. Yes, it's called up. We've got gun range going up for Wounded Elk Noob. No doubt will be followed by gun speed as well. Meanwhile, we've got the gun upgrade for Robustness going up as well, so we'll have gun versus gun violence in the middle here. It looks like the commander of Blast is AFK, and someone else is not happy about that, pinging his commander vicariously. And yes, like I said, immediately after finishing gun range, Wounded Elk is going for gun speed, being assisted actually by the commander of Auto Noob, which will ensure a rather swift completion of this upgrade. In the meantime, it looks like there are no other upgrades queued up, except now both Bigger Hammer and White Owl also doing their own. Which is interesting because Bigger Hammer is in the water. He's also been bullied quite a bit. He's lost quite a bit of health already. At this point everybody is going gun, except for Jenstad. Jenstad is the only player who didn't go gun. Everybody else is going for it. See, right here we can see Auto Noob doing it. Macro Noob doing that. On the opposite side of the world, White Owl also doing that. So basically everybody is going for upgrades besides like a few stragglers. The most important thing though is that pretty much at this point, pretty much every player in the game has Tech 2 land. You can see, you can see almost all of them have it, besides someone like, Robustness. I think Robustness doesn't have it. He has two idle factories for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what this guy is doing. Well, he does have a gun, But he is walking into the enemy gun commander with a whole bunch of range advantage, which is what, yeah. The Aeon commander is unique among other commanders for its gun upgrade because the range upgrade on the Aeon gun has greater range in comparison to the commanders of other factions. So robustness does have to be careful, especially with those assault bots. Those are hoplite rocket bots out from Montanoob in the area. Needs to be extremely careful. So things worth pointing out. First of all, there are no Seraphim in this game, in this match at all. We've only got UEF, Cybern, and Aeon, but no Seraphim. Second thing worth pointing out, well, both teams have access to all 3 factions from the remaining 3. So nothing to really, nothing to talk about there. Yet another gun upgrade going up, this time for this guy, whoever this is, No Fear. And this time he's actually being assisted by a unique engineer of the UEF called Sparky. So the Sparky, in comparison to a normal Tech 2 engineer, the Sparky has a higher build rate, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think, the Sparky has a higher build rate, and also has a built-in weapon, so it can actually defend itself, and also, besides that, has way more health in comparison to a normal Tech 2 engineer. They've also got a unique ability of jamming the opposing radar, which means that, you know, whenever a radar sees a Sparky, it will actually see like 5 or 4 dots instead of just 1. That's the unique ability of the Sparky engineer, and yes, it looks like there are 2 commanders along with a whole bunch of troops pushing in against the position of No Fear, so they really want to hammer home the idea that he's not safe here. Robustness' commander still needs to be extremely careful because, you know, he's missing a lot of health. The commander of No Fear also has a gun though, so there's like 4 gun cobs in the area. They still need to be careful though not to get suddenly focused and killed. It looks like, yeah, there's way more spam out from Team 2, which is the important thing because, you know, as long as the spam of Team 1 is dying, and the spam of Team 2 is not, because the commanders are taking most of the damage, Team 2 will have a serious advantage. And yeah, you can clearly see how quickly the health evaporates from the commander of No Fear. But it looks like for now, Team 2 doesn't want to force the issue, and with very good reason. They want to secure their northern side, which is now getting pushed in not just by White Owl, but also the fully upgraded Aeon Rambo Com of Blast Shield. Not only does he have a gun upgrade, he also has a shield as well, which means he's more powerful than any other commander in the game as of right now. Yeah, Sparky, more build, yeah, of course. That's what I said. The one thing I forgot to mention is that, yes, the Sparky, the only downside of using the Sparky is that it can't actually build any, can't build very many structures. It can only build, yeah, you can see right here, point defense, anti-air, yeah, artillery, tactical missiles, all that, and shield. It can't build, radar, it can't build storage, it can't build massing structures, only defensive structures. Yeah, it looks like Wounded Elk's commander actually managed to lose quite a bit of health, while both the commanders of White Owl and Blast are quite healthy indeed. It looks pretty scary so far for Team 2 there, so they all decide to retreat. One thing to note though is that currently, as we speak, Razy's base is being pushed in by Wish, who has got himself a gun upgrade, while Razy's commander is completely unupgraded, so this duel can actually just result in Wish's death straight up. He needs to be extremely careful with that. And there is also plenty of Riptide tanks in the area. You could also put some serious hurt on Wish's commander. Yeah, he should be really careful not to just die now. Wish does, however, have access to Tech 3 land, which is something that I'm pretty sure no one else in the game has, because he spent all his time upgrading his economy. But yeah, goodbye Razy, our first ejection of the game. At 12 minutes is, yes, Razy just echoing up really hard and already having achieved Tech 3 land, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough, and now he's just dead by you know, just about 10 Riptides, I would say. Yeah, that was a little bit, must have been really humiliating for Razy, but yeah. Now all of this economy and the, well, I was gonna say the Tech 3 land, but it's now gone. All of the economy goes to whoever this is, Blast Shield, right, who was right next to him. So that's cool. And another important part is that there are already torpedo bombers waiting for, waiting for Wish's commander to walk back into water. The commander is super healthy as of right now, and 2 torpedo bombers might actually not be enough to kill it. but it did force Blast Chill's commander to come back to control the territory, which makes the northern flank on the front line quite a bit weaker. Yes, there are now torpedo bombers dropping bombs on Wish. It doesn't look, yeah, like I said, 2 torpedo bombers won't really do anything though. Well, now there are 3 of them, and of course more and more will start piling up shortly. The Team 1 currently controls the area, the air in the area, with both interceptors from Robustness and White Owl hanging around, doing whatever they can. There is a flak cannon already going up and also being built by Sparkies, by the way, so Wish is also using Sparkies quite actively. Yes, so Team 1 would have really done well to ensure that, you know, this flak cannon was never built, but unfortunately they couldn't quite manage it in time. So now Wish will actually survive. I'm not entirely sure if, you know, trying to kill Wish's commander was even the correct choice, because the game is being played as full share, as you can clearly see. Yes, unfortunately, Rasa couldn't, you know, bring his master plan to life, which was to, you know, create a very quick take 3 land and then spam out a whole bunch of bricks and artillery and just pound Wish into the ground. Wish did not allow that to happen. He just walked in with a gun and a bunch of riptides and killed him, but, well, it was a valiant attempt, I suppose. Macronoob does get killed by No Fear here, which I am assuming, I'm not entirely sure how that happened. Kill Jenstad, yes, so yeah, they're suggesting to kill both Jenstad and Macronoob here, which will be some serious revenge kills for Team 1 against Team 2. They're pushing in with a serious force of Mongeese and Riptides and Pillars and Parashields. Basically the entire UEF Tech 2 land is in the mix here. And there are also gunships coming out from Robustness. And I feel like, yeah, Jenstad's commander will die any second here. As long as they can focus him, which for some reason they aren't. They're just focusing random other units. So he could actually survive here. Yeah. What Trith needs to do here is to prioritize fire on the commander instead of other units like he's doing right now, but no. Okay, there he goes. Yep, Jenstad does get killed by Trith. Bigger Hammer, meanwhile, does approach their position, but he should be extremely careful because there are 2 gun commanders in the area. In fact, Robustness' commander is completely full health and has a shield and nano repair. This commander is basically indestructible right now. Strategic bombs are being dropped on the commander of No Fear. The strategic bomber, yes, has been released by Wounded Elk. This is very important because, yes, Wounded Elk has access to Tech 3 Air from Macronoob, who died. Yes, and he's building both gunships and Tech 3 at the same time. Yes, No Fear's commander is in serious trouble. He needs shields on him like yesterday. He's paused his something for some reason. Okay, yeah, there is 1 shield on him, so 1 strategic bomb is no longer enough to kill him. Actually, it wasn't even enough to pop the shield. The bomber should die here shortly, as long as, you know, something can focus it. It looks like the bomber will still keep running rampant for now, though. Autonoob is feeling pretty good here. You know, no massive major engagements on the northern flank. Yeah, right now everything is happening on the southern side. And you can see, yeah, No Fear, thanks to the nano repair, already almost up to 6,000 health. Completely safe now. 1 strategic bomber is no longer enough to kill that. Robustness' commander does go underwater to pursue the commander of Bigger Hammer. Robustness' commander is in fact more powerful. So if they engage on land, Robustness will win. But it also should be noted that, of course, the Team 2 right now has air superiority. I'm not even entirely sure if anybody on Team 1 is going for Tech 3 air. Well, there we go. Finally, I think that's the first fighter out from Robustness that has finally gone out right now. And he's now producing, yeah, the first Tech 3 power generator, so he isn't even really producing Tech 3 air right now, only just now starting. Just really wanted to get 1 fighter out to shut down the bomber. It looks like Robustness' commander is actually in some serious trouble. Because, yeah, there are gunships from Bigger Hammer in the area. The gunships will die here to this fighter. But ultimately, nothing will really change. Yeah, both commanders just retreating because they realize they just can't kill each other. They are too tanky to do that. Bigger Hammer needs to be extremely careful, though. He's still getting pushed in by Trith. At this point, it's only Trith who is still pushing, and needs to be extremely careful because there are plenty of Harbingers in the area out from Wounded Elk Noob. Even more dangerously, there are now sniper bots on the prowl. They are, yeah, focusing Trith's commander directly, actually. Doing some serious damage to him as we speak. It really needs to be careful and probably retreat by this point, because, yeah, against so much Tech 3 land, there is very little he can actually do. I think his commander should be safe unless there are, like, a whole bunch of Corsairs just fly in and destroy him right now. I don't think that's gonna happen, though. White Owl just cancels his... Oh, yeah, not cancels, I mean, his nano repair is now done. Yeah, the gunships are, of course, focusing... Wait, what? Oh, he's dead. Wow, okay. Yeah. The snipers actually approached him and didn't manage to kill him here. But yeah, I don't feel like that's too big of a loss for Team 1 still, because, you know, the base will just go to the... Well, very shortly, no doubt, will be transferred to... There we go, transferred to No Fear. So now he controls both bases. Has way more power and mass to work with. It's not gonna be a very big problem. And yes, the Tech 2 land factory formerly of Trith is being upgraded to Tech 3 as we speak. So yeah, I think that's a relatively recent change, that, you know, whenever someone dies and their stock gets transferred, all the orders might not be actually cancelled, because, yeah, this factory was at like 60% when Trith died, and it didn't really change anything. So yeah, at this point it looks like Robustness has got plenty of air to contend to destroy all the gunships and interceptors being sent against them by the enemies. It's a little bit too late now, because, you know, Trith is dead, but at the very least, they won't suffer any catastrophic damage anymore. The snipers easily overwhelming the forward positions of No Fear. The last shield is about to fall, and at that point, yeah, there won't really be anything they can do. Snipers can be countered by both the Tech 3 mobile artillery and Tech 2 artillery installations. Not quite happening right now, though. All they are doing is, yeah, just standing there. Not doing much, and yet the snipers are also protected by shields, which means even though they're squishy, which is their main disadvantage, they've only got 550 health. Compare that to almost 5,000 health of the Harbingers. The snipers can be protected by shields, which will, you know, render them basically immune to all sorts of damage. Now, the attack bombers that keep coming in are actually a pretty good counter against snipers, because look at this. See, they're already at half health. One bomber, which is the Tech 1 bomber, those cost nothing at this point, basically. And already, the snipers are half dead. That is, you need to be extremely careful with your snipers, because they are super delicate, as it turns out. Yes, no aggressive pushing, none of that going on so far. You can see there are some minor engagements between the forces of Auto Noob and White Owl. But yeah, nothing major. Auto Noob is threatening to possibly push in with the bricks, but now Percival's out from White Owl will be more than a match for those bricks. So they'll just keep standing there and not really doing anything for now. Some Tech 1 air still being... I don't think it's being produced, but yeah, some Tech 1 air is still alive, I should say, out from White Owl as well. Not really accomplishing much, though. Just kind of hanging around in a sort of just-in-case manner. Tech 3 mobile artillery now out of Wounded Elk as well, going to ensure that, you know, they will just keep pushing back against the forces of Robustness and No Fear. Yeah, No Fear himself needs to be going for Tech 3 land very soon. Already, yeah, actually already has some Tech 3 mobile artillery of its own. Mobile heavy artillery is what those things are called. The artillery of Bigger Hammer is not going to do anything. Those are Tech 1, they die to Mongeese and the turrets easily. And yeah, with so much Tech 3 artillery, yeah, mobile artillery out from No Fear already, those snipers need to be extremely careful, because, you know, I'm pretty sure one artillery shell kills them. However, they are moving now away from the southern side, towards the north. I suppose now both Wounded Elk and Auto Noob will combine their forces to push against Wounded Elk, however... against White Owl, sorry. However, it should be noted there are Percivals in the area, and those Percivals, you know, as you can clearly see right there, the Percivals can take quite a few shots before they die. And there are also shields. So not really threatened right now. I'm off, got to set up for work, see you later. Yes, thank you for stopping by, Foolish Sage. It's always appreciated, and I hope to see you again soon. and I hope you enjoy your time here. The commander of robustness is already retreating all the way back to base. And yes, as we just discovered, the Tech 3 artillery, mobile artillery, is a good counter for snipers. It immediately forces them back, or forces them to die, alternatively. However, the other good counter is snipers, and that's exactly what Blast is doing right now. Having snipers with shields, as well as this shielded commander with, I think that's Chrono Dampener, actually, which I totally missed. That is not a that's a support commander, yep. So Blast is doing exactly what he said he was going to. He's now making support commanders and sending them in together with his main forces. These support commanders can survive, take a ton of punishment. You can see they've got a 40,000 health shield. Every support commander has got itself 55,000 health. That's more than a Monkey Lord, by the way. Oh, but the snipers are dying. Yep, the snipers got cut out by Corsairs out from Wounded Ilk. And yes, the Corsairs killed all of the highly valuable, highly fragile snipers. My RT will counter that fat boy, says Auto Noob. What fat boy? I don't see a fat boy anywhere. What? Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, White Owl is building one, of course, naturally. Fat boy is also a pretty good counter against those snipers because, yeah, it just outranges them so massively. Perfect counter, says Jenstad. Yeah, well, artillery in turn is perfect counter for a Fat Boy because our artillery Tech 2 artillery installations actually have the same range as the Fat Boy. And with just 7 of them you can strip it of its shields instantly, and then the second volley will kill it. Yeah, it looks like Blast is being really serious about pushing against the Team 2 right now. The support commanders are already walking into the enemy base. They absolutely aren't afraid of those Percivals. You know, they can easily shred even those Percivals if they want to. That's exactly what they're doing. Their attacks have splash damage, so the Percivals are just dying in droves here, or about to die in droves rather. Yeah, that's a very sad sight to see when support commanders are just forcing your massive armies back like that. Didn't know those boys are so good, says Razy. And yes, if he is of course talking about support commanders, yeah, they are pretty great, especially considering they can also build things for you. And also, yeah, they can build things for you, they can reclaim things for you, and they can also, yeah, they also do quite insane amounts of damage. There is Tech 3 mobile artillery out from Wish. It does also require a lot of micro because the boys, because it can't shoot while it's moving, so they need to walk, shoot, and so on and so on. Yeah, there's a Fat Boy. White Owl points at the existence of a Fat Boy. It doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like the the support commanders care at all about the damage output of the Tech 3 artillery or Cerberus turrets of Auto Noob. Yep, they're just tanking it all like it's nothing. Look at this, he's barely losing his shield. That's not good. Yeah, you need to finish that Fat Boy like yesterday, because very soon those support commanders will just rampage through your base and leave nothing behind. Yeah. What's the shield on those dudes? It's 40,000, my friend. This guy has had his shield depleted, but he's now in the back. The support commanders are moving as a singular unit, you know, destroying everything they please. They're also gaining veterans, yes, they are doing that. Yeah, Cerberus turrets are horrible, they do, yeah. Exactly, Tech 1 point defense does more damage. For Cybran, that is definitely true. There are also shield disruptors in the area, which is a unique unit of the Aeon. Shield disruptors, they are particularly good at destroying opposing shields. So they might not be as good at destroying the normal units, but they specifically shred shields in seconds. That's why he's brought them to bear. The support commanders are about to start dying here, though. Yeah, the second one drops down. These two will also follow suit. It looks like, yeah, he's kind of running out of support commanders to push with. However, there are also Percivals, as well as snipers supporting them, so, yeah, it might develop into a serious problem. The support commanders are focusing the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy's shield is about to drop. The support commanders are now attacking Auto Noob's commander directly, which I'm pretty sure they shouldn't. But, oh, no, they're pushing against the Fat Boy still. The Fat Boy is running away. And the support commanders are getting shredded, but I think they will finish off the Fat Boy before they can. No, they didn't. So close. Yeah, the Fat Boy only has 2,600 health left over as the last support commander dies. There is one here who will probably retreat back to the... Well, there are two who will retreat, of course. Yeah, the fat boy almost dying. I almost feel like they should just send a whole bunch of attack bombers to destroy that fat boy. But yeah, there's also now a fat boy of White Owl here, also pushing in, so the problems of Team 2 don't end there. The push still continues. On the other side of the world, though, it looks like, yeah, the Percivals of No Fear are proving to be a serious problem for Bigger Hammer, because very soon they will start attacking his Tech 2 naval factory, which means the naval factory will die in an extremely rapid pace. And yeah, basically Bigger Hammer will lose all of his navy. They do have there is a naval factory headquarters here trying to build a strategic missile submarine. Really want to finish that, prioritize it over the engineers, because yeah, I mean over the Tech 2, because that's way more valuable. Looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He is doing. Still remains to be seen if that's going to succeed or not, though, because the Percivals are here. The Percivals have arrived. They are being pounded into the ground by both Janus bombers as well as gunships. They are dying, but is it going to be fast enough? You can quickly see how quickly the health evaporates in that naval factory. The strategic missile submarine is done, so now the factory can die. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Yeah, the submarine is out, so it's not going to be... That's not going to be a problem. The submarine can just stand there and, you know, not do anything. It has been ordered to nuke the middle for some reason, though, which makes absolutely no sense. Cerberus turrets are only good against Tick 1 spam. Yes, indeed. You are correct. The fat boy out from Wish, still rampaging across the territory of Wounded Elk Noob, has claimed itself a few mass extractors, I'm sure. The fat boy out from Wish is still miraculously alive, still at half health. The donut, the magnificent donut of the Aeon has been produced by Wounded Elk to support the fat boy. And yes, they are actually sending attack bombers against the fat boy. Those aren't doing anything anymore, though, because yeah, the shield is up again. I think the fat boy just took a whole bunch of damage from snipers. The snipers should be careful, though, because yeah, if their shields run out, they just die instantly to the fat boy. It looks like for now it's a bit of a stalemate on the northern side, but the southern side is still suffering as the Percivals are pushing directly into the base of Bigger Hammer. Doing a merry number in his economy. Yes, they are focusing the mass extractors. They didn't actually destroy the naval factory, which was a little bit reckless, because now there is a 27% complete battleship. And if that gets done, oh, then the base of No Fear will be in serious trouble, because yeah, the battleship outranges everything else, pretty much. Okay, so the Percivals have been killed. They did claim themselves a couple Tech 3 mass extractors, though. These point defense turrets should be cancelled now, because there is no more threat. Yeah, the last Percival has died somewhere around here. There it is. So yeah, now Bigger Hammer not only gets to rebuild, but also gets to reclaim all of the Percivals. So all in all, that might have actually been a net loss for Team 1. This push, though, might not be a net loss at all, because the support commanders of Blast Shield are now in the area, having walked all the way from his base all towards this, towards the southeastern corner of the map, are now destroying the troops as well as the anti-air of of Wounded Elk Noob, and still the Tsar, the donut, is actually not engaging them at all, because it's trying to regenerate his health, trying to stay alive. However, there is a counter right here in the form of a Megalith. Now, Megalith is probably the most powerful land unit of all. It's got us up 110,000 health, and also does about, I think it does like 2,500 DPS. So even those incredible support commanders are no match for the power of the Megalith. They also might be no match for the power of two donuts, though, as the donuts are now engaging them. Yeah, with two Tsars, those support commanders shouldn't really stand a chance. The problem, of course, is that, you know, every one of them has 40,000 health on a shield, and all the flak cannons are doing a merry number on the donuts in turn. In the meantime, it looks like it's not quite enough. However, it will be enough if the support commanders just walk into water, because at that point they won't be targeted by the lasers anymore. The Tsars do have themselves torpedoes as well. So if those support commanders walk into water, they aren't completely safe. They are only safe from the lasers. Yeah, there we go. Those two can no longer be killed by lasers, but they can still be killed by the torpedoes of the donuts. It looks like, yeah, Robustness is attempting to send his air against the donuts. It's not working though, because Wounded Oak has way more. Not even close. The two fat boys are now under threat. I'm pretty sure they will be next targets for the donuts, because yeah, they've easily cleaned up all of the fighters. Now they will... Oh yeah, the Corsairs will actually be enough to kill the fat boys. Yep, there we go. One fat boy down, and if any Corsairs survive, they will kill the other one as well. In no time at all. Yeah, Team 1 is trying to protect the fat boy with their mobile shields. The shields have evaporated though. And also, yes, the artillery installations are also firing upon the fat boy. So yeah, this one might not be very long for life anymore as well. Not that it had much of a life to begin with, because all of the units in this game besides the commanders are robots, but you know, the support commanders are actually emerging on the other side of this little pond. And I think at this point they will probably get their revenge against the donuts. Oh, the submarine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the submarine has been destroyed. I think this is the submarine wreckage. So yeah, the nuclear submarine plan, the nuclear option didn't quite work out for Team 2, as the factory is also getting eviscerated by those torpedo bombers as well as attack bombers. The Percivals will die, giving even more veterancy to the donuts, because yeah, there is nothing Team 1 can do to stop these donuts right now. With so many fighters and Corsairs in the area, they will easily be able to destroy all of the Percivals. The support commanders have to run away towards the water as quickly as they can. The donuts are still in control of the situation, but yeah, once they're underwater, they shouldn't be able... Yeah, once the support commanders are underwater, the donuts shouldn't be able to kill them anymore. So that's that. The Tech 3 naval factory still survives to fight another day. There are, however, more anti-air SAM launchers now. Team 1 is doing what is known as a turret creep, except they're doing it with SAM launchers instead of anti-PD turrets. Yeah, like I'm saying, donuts. Yeah, that's what I said. Donuts have torpedoes. I'm just pretty sure they aren't enough to kill this one support commander. Look at how fast his shield is regenerating. Yeah, I know it's not great. It's enough to kill a normal commander, but I'm pretty sure it's not enough wouldn't be enough to kill a Rambo Com. And yeah, there we go. Now the factory is gone. I think he might have actually controlled Cadet for all I know, and is now reclaiming it. Hopefully bring it back and do something else. Yeah, Bigger Hammer is basically has nothing at this point. Has like a 3 mass per second income. Basically just giving all of his properties to his teammates. Because he got overrun by these Percivals and support commanders, and now doesn't really have anything anymore. The wreckage of the Fat Boys was no doubt reclaimed by Team 1 though, which is important because they are the ones who owned it. Now they are, yeah, no, one of the Fat Boys is actually still alive, regenerating health, self-repairing. Going to be at it for a while though. A blast, says White Owl. Yeah, so I've seen this strategy on this particular map before, actually. You might be surprised, but yes, that has actually happened. I've seen this before on the map called, yeah, on this exact map. It was the Wheelie who was doing that, also known as Farms. He just built his economy up super quickly and then started going solely for support commanders with some light support of shield disruptors and mobile shields. And that proved to be extremely effective. He basically wiped out half of the enemy team, including all of the structures, using just those support commanders. So that was quite entertaining to watch. So far it doesn't look like Blast has quite the ability to pull that off. Probably because, yeah, probably because he's at minus 600 mass per second and dropping. His commander isn't even working on anything right now. Rambo comms, well, yes, those are Rambos. Yep, there you go. See? SACU Rambo preset right there, and this one is also the same thing. T3's SACU Rambo preset. Yep, I'm pretty sure torpedoes from a donut wouldn't be enough to kill that. Is what I'm saying. See, they can just walk onto the Fat Boy fire easily and reclaim everything, and the artillery fire is basically nothing to them, or at least the Tech 2 artillery installation fire. They just shrug it off completely, while also building other things in the process. And now I think it was No Fear who's completed another experimental here. Yes, it's another fat boy, actually. Of course, there is still an overwhelming advantage in the air game by Wounded Ilk in comparison to everything else. The Corsairs are trying to kill the support commander but failing because there aren't enough of them, and now there are also anti-air SAM launchers, you know, encroaching ever closer. The two heroic engineers out of From No Fear are flooding the entire pool with those with those SAM launchers, making it more dangerous not only for the donuts but for the fighters and Corsairs to fly over as well. The fighters are still doing their job though, not very much there. Oh yeah, it's our torpedoes are only 38 DPS, so it would take like 4 donuts to kill one Rambo support commander with their torpedoes. That's nice. Amazing. Thank you for the fun trivia, because yeah, I didn't even see the regeneration. I can now see it. Yeah, plus 120. So yeah, there is no way that you can use donuts to kill those things while they're underwater. That's not gonna happen. Now the donuts are making a move though. I feel like they might want to try and clean up all of these SAM launchers before more are created. They need to be extremely careful because, you know, the damage of SAM launchers accumulates extremely quickly against single targets. There's also a fat boy in the area protecting from land. It looks like there is no artillery to counter the fat boy as of now, so the donuts are the donuts are the only thing that could kill it. Of course, like I said, they need to be careful because of all the SAM launchers in the area. I am also imagining there's probably going to be plenty of Tech 3 mobile anti-air as well. Actually, that's not true at all. No Fear has, I'm pretty sure he has none of these. Yeah, well, he has like 5 Cougars, and they're actually all here, or at least they're moving towards the fat boy. But mostly it's just Tech 2 mobile whoops, I did not mean to slow the game down, sorry about that. Yeah, mostly just Tech 2 flak artillery, trying to control the skies, which is fair enough. Flak artillery does lots of damage to things like Corsairs and clouds of fighters, as long as those clouds are, you know, hanging overhead rather than moving somewhere. There is now Tech 2 artillery installations on the cliff by Wounded Elk, trying to counter the fat boy, of course. It looks like it's working for now. The fat boy is losing its shields rapidly. I'm pretty sure it will just move away from those artillery installations though, with not very much harm done. There are also support commanders, of course, you know, walking around reclaiming. At this point in the game, you can probably only reclaim stuff with support commanders, at least on the front lines, because everything else will be annihilated by the, by the artillery fire. There is apparently a Scathis make an eye blast. Yeah, so people are telling Blast Shield to make the Eye of Rian, which is the unique Aeon structure that allows you to see directly into the enemy base without doing much of anything. It just requires tons of energy to run. There is a nuke launcher out from Wounded Elk, actually for some reason built in Auto Noob's base. There is now a Scathis that's been completed by by Auto Noob. I have no idea how that eluded me all this time. Yeah. When they said Scathis, that means that meant Auto Noob has almost completed that one already. Never seen a Scathis on this map before. Well, you're about to witness it in all its glory. It's probably going to shatter everything that you hold dear. The Scathis is currently firing upon, I honestly can't tell. It looks like, yeah, it's going towards the base of, yes, the base of, forgot his name, Blast, right? Yeah, the base of Blast. Yeah, they need to boost these shields like ASAP, because they can't afford to lose this strategic missile defense. If they do that, they will get nuked into the Stone Age. Really need to hold on to these nuke defenses. I think he had constructed one in the middle before, but it's now gone. Oh no, it's right there. Never mind. It's not charged though. The important thing is it's still not charged. It's not gonna do anything. Yes, so need to support these shields. He's supporting the wrong shield right now, trying to support the shield that, on the Quantum Gateway. The artillery, oh yeah, of course, the Scathis is of course firing upon the Tech 3 artillery installation yes, of course, firing upon the artillery installation of Blast, which is the only thing that can threaten it right now. And I'm pretty sure at this point it actually can't threaten anything, because yeah, there are so many shields, one artillery installation will never break through that. In the meantime, Team 1 is deciding to go for a death push, a super massive push with all of their forces combined. Yes, even from the north, even White Owl and Blast are also pushing in the same exact location, but the donuts are cut out of position, losing shields rapidly. I think he should really pay attention to his donuts, because I have no idea what these are doing. And if these donuts go down, that could spell doom for Team 2. The artillery installation is still up, yeah, still being supported by the shields, of course. I feel like they need more, yeah, he needs a little bit more hives though, a few more hives, because this isn't enough to construct things fast enough. I have no idea if he has any more cyber and tech nearby though, that could be the problem he's facing. Yeah, so basically he needs the artillery piece to survive, he needs the quantum gateway to survive to keep boosting his economy, and he needs this thing to survive as well. Strategic launch has been detected. I'm assuming it's, yeah, the only nuke launcher in the game, which is from here. Yeah, it's actually going to nuke the massive army of the orange player. And I'm pretty sure this will kill everything, except it won't actually kill the Percivals, it will only kill the Fatboy who is almost dead anyway, as well as a whole bunch of flak cannons. Yeah, that's not the best nuke ever. Yep, all the Percivals survive, because the white Percivals weren't there yet, and the orange Percivals have already moved on. Now they're pushing directly into the enemy base, into the base of Wounded Elk. They should be pushing though, because yeah, they need to destroy the Scathis before the Scathis destroys them. The support commanders are being completely uncontested right now. There is nothing here that could kill them except the Megalith, but the Megalith is shooting the cliff right now. Yes, the push on two sides, of course the donuts are doing their job. One of the donuts is about to go down, I think, as long as there is any sort of anti-air defense. It looks like there isn't for a moment, but the fighters might end it. Might end one of the donuts. They did get intercepted, so never mind that. So yes, Team 1 is very much on the timer right now. You can see the Scathis is already doing colossal, catastrophic damage to the base of No Fear as we speak, destroying his economy and his production facilities. Another experimental out of auto noob is going to be a Monkey Lord, no doubt. No, it's another Megalith actually. Fat is back, says Wounded Elk. He's talking about Wesh's Fat Boys, of course, of which there are actually 3. That's a lot of Fat Boys. I didn't even notice him constructing all that. The support commanders seem to not quite be enough to actually stop all of the nonsense that is being brought to bear against them. The Tech 3 artillery installation is firing upon nothing. Okay then. The donuts are still alive. However, the Percivals are still pouring into the base of Team 2. Yeah, for some reason there's still, pretty much nothing to stop these donuts, because I guess, the White Owl wasn't making any anti-air at all. The commander of Bigger Hammer is doing what he can to help here with no base to speak of, just trying to build a whole bunch of PD turrets to prevent any further damage. And it looks as though Team 2 will hold on here. For the moment, there is no SMD anymore. Oh, I guess they might have destroyed the strategic missile defense of Wounded Elk, but Auto Noob has some strategic missile defense of his own, so that's cool. Or they might be talking about the strategic missile defense of the southern side, which, no, actually there are 2. So they are also wrong on that account. I have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, so the engineers out from No Fear, not quite managing to construct those SAMs in time. They're only constructing factories, but they need SAMs to stop these donuts from annihilating them completely. Oh, also, Wounded Elk is power stalling, which means his donuts' shields keep dropping. So that could also be dangerous. Why don't we have air? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering as well, my friend. Why don't we have air? If they killed those donuts, all the Percivals would have walked in. All the Percivals would have just walked in and annihilated everything. That would have been the end of the game right there. But thanks to the air control, the donuts are still alive, and they basically vet 5, both of them. I'm pretty sure. No, they're actually vet 3. The Scathis is still pounding No Fear into the ground, and No Fear no longer has an army to push like this again. Some support commanders were dying to something here, not entirely sure what. But yeah, they need to be extremely careful with their energy now if they want to keep the Scathis alive. They actually almost hit a nuke there, the nuke launcher I mean. Wesh is still pumping out those Fat Boys like there's no tomorrow. Still very much supporting his team in their every endeavor. There is now a Duke also out from Team 1. I'm not entirely sure if that was the correct call, but at any rate, at the very least, they do manage to They are still managing to hold on. I really wish Blast's commander was doing something though. He's just standing there doing nothing. Could have been assisting this whole time. I'm pretty sure he's Tech 3, right? Oh, he's not Tech 3, well, still, you know. Could have been doing something, let's just say that. One Tech 3 massing starter has been given over to a bigger hammer for his, you know, construction needs. He's still in the game, he's still actually making power. Still, you know, doing what little he can to support his team. The mass storage also allows him to store a little bit more mass for, you know, that he happens to reclaim. Wherever that comes from. The Scathis is still operational with no sign of, you know, being threatened at all. Autonoob has actually started construction of another Scathis. No, it's not dead, my dude. It's still very much running. Not even close. It's not even threatened right now. It's an extremely difficult situation for Team 1, to say the least. They, you know, no matter how many shields you build, you can't completely protect yourself from the Scathis. Oh, and also Wish has finally made a Novax satellite, which, yes, it's already flying over the bases of the enemy, showing them exactly where everything is, including commanders. Yeah, the situation is getting worse and worse for Team 1. There, it's the Novax is focusing the strategic missile defense, but they've got so many, I don't think it's actually gonna matter. The most important thing is to keep the artillery pieces alive. For now, they are managing just that. But it's not entirely clear how long they can keep doing that, because, you know, they aren't making any progress, you know, and they've given so much mass to the to the enemy there that I think at this point it already might be irrecoverable. Alright, so Blast has constructed 2 donuts now to rival the 2 donuts of the enemy team, but it's important to note that Robustness has more, actually has more air production now, much more than Wounded Elk does, because, you know, Wounded Elk's base has been mostly shattered by the enemy. This is really bad though. This strategic missile defense is about to go down. And actually, yeah, like I said, it actually won't matter because there are more of them in the area. The donuts are actually noteworthy because they can take some damage from the Scathis, but not that much, you know. They need to be hovering directly over the targets of the important targets. Yes, exactly. Massive UFOs, like I said, there are 2 UFOs like that from Team 1, right, Team 2 right here, from Wounded Elk, and 2 from Team 1 from Blast. Yep. So Blast, who isn't making air, but has probably the strongest economy right now. No, never mind, that's no fear. Yeah, Blast has, you know, well, he has plenty of economy still. He's producing, yeah, he's making TARs to capitalize on the air advantage that they assume they have. They actually don't, because Wounded Elk still has more planes somehow. Yeah, the donuts are, yeah, see, the donuts, one of the advantages they have, or one of the unique features, is that they've got an extremely long-range anti-air defenses that can fire from a very high distance. Yeah, so there will be a clash of donuts here, a clash of flying saucers. There you go. They are fighting. It looks like, yeah, it looks like the flying saucers of Team 1 will be the first to go down. They are also, I think they are headed actually directly for the Scathis, or this massive artillery cannon, trying to destroy that. They won't manage to though, because yeah, there is still way more air from Team 2 here. Yep, they've all been wasted completely. They won't accomplish anything. Didn't even drop it on the commander. Yeah, they're still, of course, hoping to eventually destroy the Scathis. If one of the shots landed here, could have done some serious damage, but no, it looks like it's not happening quite yet. Oh, and also, most importantly, Wish is also producing Shielder commanders, which are, support commanders, I mean, if you can see right here, yeah, shield preset. This guy has himself, if I can hover, yeah, 52,000 shields and 16,000 health. These guys are even tougher than the, than the other support commanders. The important part, though, is that the shields are actually, the shield is a bubble. It covers allies as well. So you can basically put those super heavy shield commanders over your important things like Scathis, and they will take forever to destroy you, Mass donation, yep. Thank you for using that emote, by the way. Thank you very much. Yep, unfortunately the flying saucers, or donuts, or tsars, as they are known in this game, of Team 1, in particular of Blast Shield, ended up being a mass donation, nothing more. Also, yes, the artillery piece is now exposed. The highs are dying as well. Okay, it's not exposed. One of the shields is still up. They just built another one. If that artillery piece is destroyed, then Team 1 will be in serious trouble, because that's basically the last thing they can do to stop, to try and destroy this thing, which has been methodically eradicating their entire bases. It's about to do so again, actually. Strategic launch detected. They are launching a nuke at the... yes, they are launching a nuke at the positions of Team 1 here. The commander is still doing nothing. Could have been repairing stuff at least. I think the Scathis shots will now land, and yes, there's... basically at this point there's actually no reason to launch a nuke here, because everything here has been destroyed already. And the nuke will basically do nothing except maybe kill those two commanders. Yeah, I think Blast is just giving up at this point. He sent all of his mass to Robustness, who is working on nothing actually. Yeah, I think Robustness is just actually making air. But yeah, basically Blast just accepted his demise, and wait, what? Okay, Robustness just called GG for some reason. Actually, I don't think the nuke landed at all, so I have no idea where that went. But yeah, Robustness just calls GG and gives all of his economy to Blast. The Scathis is still fully operational, nothing actually happening to it. Nothing at all. There are now, yes, more hives being constructed to support the shields, to make sure that shields don't fall too quickly. White Owl, yes, White Owl also self-destructs here at the top. It might have been not self-destruction, but actually something from one of the shots from the Scathis landing, and yeah, at this point it feels like there's very little Team 1 can do, as the Scathis just keeps pounding them into dust. I think it looks like Autonoob actually did not manage to construct the other Scathis. It might have been destroyed, but the problem is the one that was built first is still very much operational, and you know, just one Novax and one artillery piece don't seem to be enough to do the trick. He's actually focusing different things with the Novaxes, which I suppose is interesting, but like, you really need to remove the Scathis somehow, you know. Is the Duke still alive? I can't see it. Yes, the Duke is still firing. This Tech 3 artillery piece off the UEF. It is being targeted by the satellite, as well as probably the next Scathis barrage. Oh, well, there we go. That was a Control K, that was a, yeah. He just, no fear, also quits. He decides to, yeah, that enough is enough. And now, the game is no longer salvageable. And yes, he just calls it quits now. Wish has also interestingly transferred all his fat boys to Wounded Elk. It doesn't really matter anymore, but it's just a fun fact. Blast is saying, oh, I am still alive somehow, even though I've given up a long time ago. Well, these guys saying that's for leading SNF, or their clan, you know, Autonoob, Wounded Elk, they're Macronoob, they're all in that clan. And Blast apparently, I guess he was there before, but I feel carried, says Bigger Hammer. Well, you did your best, okay? You did build a Tech 3 nuclear sub, which ultimately did nothing, but at least distracted the enemy somewhat, I guess. Let's just say that Bigger Hammer tanked some damage. That's basically what he did. Yeah, so the Scathis is still going on a rampage. The megaliths, the 3 megaliths of Autonoob are now pushing towards the last remaining commander of Team 1. Once the commander is gone, the game is over. I'm just not entirely sure why Blast isn't just self-destructing here, you know. Could have done that and saved a lot of time for everyone, but I guess not for now. The heroic donuts, you can see, yeah, these two Tsars, the 2 flying saucers, the 2 UFOs of the Aeon that Wounded Elk has constructed are still going strong. Both of them 4-star veterans, so they've got massive health increases as well. At this point, they're virtually indestructible unless they fly over all of these SAM launchers here. In that case, they would melt instantly, but otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, they're pretty much indestructible at this point. And yes, they've done an amazing job, you know, protecting Team 2 from this massive land assault that happened here. That land assault could have ended the entire game if they reached the Scathis, but thanks to the donuts, all the Percivals were killed before they could do any substantial damage. Blast is still in the game, apparently. He's still actually playing. Still producing a whole bunch of attack bombers to send against those megaliths. Of course, you know, the megalith has so much health that the attack bombers are just tickling it, you know. All of the napalm, all of the burn is actually not doing anything. There has been another nuke launched somewhere. Oh yeah, he's going towards, finally. Right, he's going towards Blast's commander to finally make sure that the game is over. He's getting bombed by his own attack bombers. Look at this. He's using his own attack bombers to destroy himself before the nuke can. Okay, the nuke has been stopped. I finally get it. Yep, there we go. This nuke right here, this patron, it still has 2 charges inside it. So yeah, the nuke didn't manage to land because this defense unit destroyed it. But no, Blast just finishes himself off with the attack bombers, which is a really weird phrase now that I think about it. But yeah, now the game is over. So congratulations to Auto Noob, Wish, Wounded Elk Noob, Bigger Hammer, Macro Noob, and Jenstad for winning this amazing game of Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, played and watched using Forged Alliance Forever. The Forged Alliance Forever client, so yeah. This will now be the end of my stream, because it's already half an hour past my usual ending time, so should definitely go ahead and end the stream here. And go do something else. Well, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just saying it to sound a little bit fancier, I guess, but yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, for participating. Now let me find a target for a raid. I hope you can raid with me because, okay, I'm using the wrong interface for that though. Hold it up. Who's online? Let me see. Let me actually see. Okay. Just sitting around here, figuring how exactly to open Twitch. Not a very good look, is it now? Okay, yes, show all. Let me see it. Okay. I see plenty of interesting people online, actually. Overclock the CPU, what? Thank you, Twitch, for the... Well, you know what? In this case, we'll probably send our fellows to... Yeah, let's send to the other Supreme Commander streamer known as Acid Vash. So first of all, yeah, here are my socials in case you're interested. I will actually be uploading my first ever cast on YouTube. My first ever Supreme Commander cast on YouTube very soon. I'll be recording it tomorrow. And then uploading, you know, I should be uploading it before December is over, before November is over, because I promised, that's what I promised. I promised to start uploading Supreme Commander casts on my channel before, or in November, you know, and November is almost over, so I should really hurry up, so I'm recording it tomorrow. It's going to be a surprise, you know, the game itself is of course going to be a surprise. I'm not gonna tell you the replay ID or anything, but yes. Yes, we are going to be raiding Acid Vash, so here is my raid alert. You can copy that and then paste it once we arrive. Going to be raiding our fellow... Yes, we're going to be raiding our fellow Supreme Commander player and caster, who hails from New Zealand, actually. Which is, it's currently evening there, perfect time to raid, perfect time to enter and say hi. So yes, I hope your day goes great, or your night goes great, so here, have a little bit of a hug, there you go. Then I hope your day or night goes better. I meanwhile will be on my way. Yes, next time we'll meet is probably on Friday, as I'll be playing Minecraft again, trying to finish my castle before the time is up, you know. Before we go into the next season. Yes, that's gonna be it for me for today, so goodbye, take care everybody. Can't wait to see you again, and let's go ahead and say hi to our new friend.